Oh, is it on? Okay, welcome back everybody to the 2026 Mario Kart Wii World Cup. We have an intense match today between US North and Scandinavia, the first and eighth seed. Um, we're just gonna hop straight into the lineups because we already have about five in room, I believe. So, um, Scandinavia are using their main lineup of Barney, Fox, Pam, Kion, and Roy bagging. This is pretty much the lineup they've used almost every match, I believe, except for like one where Sharon got some playing time. Um, but this seems to be their core. They went 2-3 in the bracket stage, beating Italy and then getting a free win over LTA. Um, so but yeah, more into the players. Barney is actually their highest scorer with about I think a 35.5 average, which is really high. That's a lot of points. Normally, I think people would assume that Fox would be the standout player here, mostly just because of his lounge dominance and how good he is, um, just like on the solo ladder. But I think Barney is the player to watch out for today. He's been doing better in the World Cup so far. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see the dynamic between this team. I actually talked with Barney earlier today, and he said that he doesn't think that the group stage was really representative of their team's skill and how well they're going to do in these matches. They had a couple close wins, or sorry, a couple close matches. Pretty much all of their matches came down to the wire, to be honest. And realistically, this team could have went like 4-1 or even 5-0 in a different timeline. But unfortunately, that's not the one we're in. So they have to play US North in the first round. Um, but he said they're ready. He said they're ready to play today. But they're gonna have to play well because US North is the strongest team on paper. So it's definitely gonna be difficult. Um, he gave two reasons. Uh, for their team's, I guess, lack of success and mostly just lack of experience playing together. But I think they're going to be ready today. So, Ivan, if you want to get into the U.S. North lineup.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, though, pretty surprising to see such a strong team on paper going 2-3, but can't really argue that their lineup's not. It's a really strong lineup, and I still think they can push it to North. Looking at North's lineup here, they got Frozen, Brody, Murrah, Fresh, Ethan. Pretty interestingly, actually, their three highest scorers in the group stage were Revan, Ornan, and Swig, none of whom are playing here in this matchup. But I don't think it's too surprising to see them roll out with this lineup. Brody and Fresh just coming off of a D1 championship for RZ, not last season, but the season before. And then Frozen and Murrah having a lot of that chemistry from playing in JX together. Obviously winning multiple D1 banners. I think I would say this is probably the strongest lineup they can put out on paper, despite maybe not having the highest indivs throughout the group stage. Also, like winning their group stage matches altogether by an average of more than 100 per match. It's not like the Indivs are really necessarily representative of who their best players are, but yeah, really strong lineup here consisting of like Brody and Fresh, obviously, both being top 10 runners in their own right. Going to be really hard to break up their frontal presence. And then Frozen, one of the best pack players. When North gets into those like top three situations with Frozen and fourth, you know Scandinavia is going to be in a lot of trouble because Frozen's going to be doing everything he can to extend their lead there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this US North team is probably the strongest team World Cup has ever seen. If I'm going to be honest, I think six out of their nine runners are Grandmaster in Lounge, which is crazy. Considering no other team even has a whole lot, like a whole four lineup of Grandmaster players. So this team is pretty stacked. And US North actually did win back in 2021. But their lineup in that World Cup was drastically different than the lineup we see today. It was more of an SE based lineup with like Sean, Revan, those kind of guys. Um, Brody was on that team, I believe, or sorry, I think it was Frozen. Actually, definitely not Frozen. But uh, this whole lineup is different to what they were in 2021, and I think this one is arguably better. So they do have Ethan bagging today as well. Ethan is one of the best baggers in the game at the moment. I would argue. They do have Kaizo as well, but I think Ethan is just a slight bit better. Um, It'll be interesting. I think these matches are just going to come down to the shock. I think since US North is stronger on paper, Scandinavia is going to need a lot of those shocks to kind of split the races up, you know. But it's going to be hard when you have Ethan bagging. So
Yeah, definitely agree with you there. I think like a pretty shocking matchup to see here in the quarterfinals. Obviously, North being one of the top two seeded teams, and then Scandinavia, I believe, was the 3 or 4 seed. So a little bit unexpected. Of course, them going 2 and 3 in their group meant that they were going to have to face one of the top group seeds from the other bracket, which is North. So a lot of people probably didn't see this one coming right away in the first round, but definitely it's going to take a pretty good performance from Scandinavia to overcome such a strong North lineup.
yeah, and we did have a match get played yesterday. Actually, France taking out Asia in 2-1 victory. And this bracket stage could look completely different if US North dropped even one match um, or Scandinavia won a couple more of their matches. You know, this matchup might not have happened until the finals, um, if it got there. Um, but yeah, it seems like we're having a little bit of room joining issues. The 2 p.m. Weemfi is holding everyone up here, but the room is filling up uh, ever so slowly. Um, but um, yeah, if you had to pick, Ivan, between these two teams, who would you say would come out on top in this best of three?
Yeah, definitely tough one. Um, North obviously went undefeated and they pretty much curb stomped their entire group stage. However, I would say this Scandinavia lineup has an argument for honestly being maybe the toughest team they've played so far, even though their results aren't really showing for it. I think the best team they played in the groups was an Asia lineup, which was pretty strong, but they took them down handily. So might be under a little bit of pressure here, facing a lineup that on paper is so strong, even though the results aren't showing for it. But I still think just like the overall running power of North and how they gel well together as a team is just going to be too much to overcome for Scandinavia. I'm probably going to take North in a 2-0 win. And I don't really see much else happening otherwise unless Scandinavia is able to win like on shot count pretty significantly. What do
Yeah,
you
I
think,
think I
though?
think I think I'd also have to agree. I think this US North lineup is just too strong this year. I think Scandinavia could take a match off of them, if everything went their way, but, I think that's kind of a tall order, and I couldn't see them coming out on top in a BO3. There's just too many races, um, where they'd have to outplay the strongest team in the World Cup. So, um, it'll be interesting to see how they fare today. I did mention how Krusty is probably the stronger bagger here, but Roy has been bagging for a long time. I think he's just coming back to competing. I think he took a little break there for a while, but when Roy was active, he was one of the best baggers in the entire game. So it's not like um, they're just sending out a nobody into today's match. Both Roy will definitely be able to get at least a couple shocks, I'd hope. And if we see like a big shot count from Roy in any of the matches, I could definitely see Scandinavia winning. I mean, even they said alone, like they don't think the group stage was representative of their skill. And honestly, I would agree. I think um, it was a little bit surprising to see only two matches being won from them, considering they were a top eight seeded team. I believe. I believe they were seeded over France, and France took the world by storm. To be honest, they did a really good in the group stage, but um, I think I think it's got to be a US North 2-0 here. I don't really see. Uh, I guess I could see a 2-1 though for Scandinavia, but I'm gonna have to say a 2-0. If I had to bet my Mario Kart channel points, I would say a 2-0 personally. So
Yeah.
um, it seems like we're still having trouble joining the room. There's only 5 in still, um, but if you look at the Indivs chart for the Group B, which is where Scandinavia just came from, we have Barney with a 35.5 average after 5 matches played. Uh, and he's the only one from his team on the top top 10 indivs. There's nobody else up there. I think both Barney and Kion, or sorry, both Fox and Kion had about a 28 average. And then I think Pam having like a 30 or around there. But um It'll be interesting because, like I said earlier, I think a lot of people would probably assume Fox is Scandinavia's best player. And I know indivs don't exactly speak to how well you play individually. And there's more things that go into scoring or into winning a match than just individual points. But I'm sure that that metric there would surprise a lot of people, considering Fox is so highly regarded. And Barney is averaging over 20 points more than him every single match. So I think if we had to look out for any player today, I would have to look out for Barney. I think Barney's going to be the one putting up most of the points for Scandinavia. He has been over the last 5 matches. 5 matches isn't a huge sample size, but it's decent enough to give you like somewhat of an idea, you know. Um, but uh, I wouldn't be surprised if Fox has an outstanding score either. And even Pam too. Pam's hit the Grandmaster before. They just came off of a win last season in D1 actually with MA. Um, So they're all practiced up, and any of them could score really high here, but I think it's going to be Barney. And then on U.S. North side, like Ivan said, their three highest indiv scorers aren't even playing in today's match. Revan, Ornan, and Swig all averaged more than U.S. North's core lineup, which is honestly pretty surprising. I mean, it's not that surprising considering they only had like 1 or 2 matches. It's not too hard to have like an outstanding score in 1 or 2 matches. But I think any of these US North players could have a big day here. We saw Frozen getting 144 in what versus BNL in the group stage, which is insane. Um, and then we have Brody and Fresh, who are arguably two of the best players in the game right now, who can score at any moment. I'm actually surprised that Brody isn't averaging more than 32.9. But I think um, that mostly just comes down to, you know, the group stage, like they were guaranteed to advance. So there's not much pressure on him to score individually. But any of these North players could have a massive score today. So
Yeah, definitely small sample with only the 5 matches, and also pretty difficult to score when you're also playing with other grandmasters. So can't really
yeah.
knock on Brody that much for that one, but we know pretty well that this team is very strong, and I don't think Indivs necessarily speak for their ability in full. Think we're going to take a short break here while these room joining difficulties continue. Looks like we're actually down to only 4 in room, so
The room is getting
hopefully
smaller.
we can get that resolved soon. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes once the room gets filled up. All right, guys, we're back, and the room has officially filled up. We're getting straight into the match now. Um, Probably just going to be a standard. I was going to say a DDR pick, but Frozen
Ooh,
does like
Moonview.
Moonview Highway, and I think he is hosting. So, um,
Yeah, pretty interesting pick. I mean, strong for 1-3, obviously. Third being able to have multiple options for the box, and then fifth can get the box on left as well as going up. Not like terribly surprising.
definitely not. I think Moonview is actually Frozen's favorite track in the entire game. So, not surprising to see it get picked. And it actually does end up selecting Moonview Highway. So Frozen's gonna have to hold on to this first place. His teammates are just gonna be trying to shroom up early on. Um, and maybe going for a bill or something like that. I feel like Shock is pretty impactful on this track, so we could see a bill in 8th, but there's not much Frozen can do other than just drive right now. He's probably just gonna trail the screen for safety.
Yeah. Like, you see Fox shrooming up, but gets trailed by Frozen. Is that going to be a North top 2, I think, with Brody?
Yeah, Frozen taking him out early, and I think it's actually a top 4, or sorry, a top 2-4 for US North, and Frozen slowing down, indicating that Brody has a shroom in second, but he's gonna lose it to the POW anyways. So, but still a top 3 for US North either way, and we have Barney in 4th. And they're gonna need to do something fast. It's already lap 2, and they're coming up on the boost panel section, so there's not much time to catch up left in the race, and the pack is super split. It looks like Murrah hit a car, and that is definitely gonna be a Scandinavia shock.
Yeah, early separation for North, obviously breaking pretty far in the top 3, so Scandinavia is going to need to chain for Blues. I don't think that Shock's going to really shake up the top 2 here, as we see Frozen and Brody still running it up. But a blue coming out on Brody could be huge for Scandinavia.
Yeah, and we do see that Scandinavia's bagger actually is in 10th still, so we could see another Scandinavia shock. It looks like Scandinavia are 2-3 at the moment, so maybe they just cycle for another blue or something like that. Frozen just going to be trying to land some backs. There's not much he can do other than that. It looks like he does get second place, actually. Unless second place hit a car, which I don't think so.
Everyone sees the dream.
And there's a Honda ad. So we're going to switch the POV to Barney's, who's already over. So that was a great race to watch.
But no idea how USA got back in a top 3, but looks like Frozen was able to hold down his first. Unfortunately, didn't get any insight onto what happened there. I think issues with Barney's POV being ahead, so hopefully we can resolve that shortly. But
yeah, a little anticlimactic. I feel like the race was just heating up, and then we're watching a minute and a half of Honda ads. So not really much to comment on there. But we already did see a Roy shock come out, and I was saying earlier that I had Krusty favorite in the bagging battle, but I think unless there was a late shock, which we weren't able to see, we have a Roy shock count. Roy's winning the shock count right now, so I mean, I don't think it even mattered, right? I mean, US One still got top 3, so something must have happened left through that we weren't able to see. Maybe a late US shock or something like that. I think that's probably the most likely.
North breaking in a top 3 early, that's going to be what they're wanting to do to keep the pressure on Scandinavia early in these races. I expect to see that a lot from them in the dominant fashion they did in the group stage. We see MKWC coming out for top 3. Obviously Murrah, who's super strong, Daisy on this track. So Scandinavia's going to have to try to break up the top 3 early.
Yeah, you need to get Murrah out of those top spots, because if he takes the top spot one, he's pretty much won the race instantly, I would argue. And if he hasn't won the race, then blues aren't really going to matter, because he's still really good glitch. Scandinavia are also pretty prolific glitch makers. Fox is really good at glitch, but Murrah actually put it down first at the moment, so, and Scandinavia actually not. So Murrah's just going to go for the glitch first. There's some audience to come to as well, but only Murrah's going to make it.
Yeah, it looks like Murrah's just going to be breaking. I don't think we have shrooms or some back when the Scandinavia off on the half pipe, so you might still be able to catch him if you can pull a blue or another shot, but it's going to be really hard to do that this year.
Yeah, and the pack is already split. We did see Frozen actually fall off and blast on the other POV, kind of putting him not out of the race, but pretty far back. Though. We do see a top 2 for USA though. I think Fresh just go 2 of Scandanavia.
Yeah, this top 2 is nearly just on the double fin.
Yeah. And Scandanavia needs to switch. We mentioned before the race that Mura is just not look at the mini map. Mura is listed 5+ seconds ahead of second. But we do see Scandanavia 2-4 at the moment. And honestly, I think they're just going to play for 2-4. I don't think we can catch Mura at this point. I think Mura's too far ahead. And Frozen's holding the blue. Yeah, so.
There it is. Yeah, not sure what happened to Fresh there. They were top 2, and it didn't look like Scandanavia hit him out. He just was off on the left, so. But obviously, pretty much a lock first here. Frozen's gonna have to try to avoid this TC.
Yeah. And if he can pass this is a massive play, but he's able to pass it away.
Gets it back on the Kion.
Yeah. Either way, though, Frozen's kind of dead out of this race, especially with starting with Frozen starting. Maybe it's with the low pressure. I would assume it's blocked. And on our other team, we see Frozen's going to fail, so we could see a late miss off shock.
Got Frozen failed with and there he is dodging on shock wrestling.
So a blue actually hitting Scandanavia on the line, and then shock reading both Barney and Fox. So it's going to be 1-3-4. Yeah, 1-4 for US North. And that's just what happens when you're playing the best team on MKWii and they're starting top 3. There's really no stopping it, especially when Mura's able to take glitch lock 1. Like,
yeah, really hard to break up that first. Mura was gone, and as soon as Fresh landed that back on 2 of Scandanavia in the castle, that pretty much just cemented his first completely, and it became salvage spots at that point. That was their goal, but.
Yeah, and Frozen almost having like a perfect race item-wise, if I'm going to be completely honest. Frozen actually fell off in last lap 1 and was pretty far back, caught back up to the middle of the pack, and then just held blue for 2 laps. So there was no catching Mura. I don't think they're catching Mura anyways, so it doesn't really matter. But then that Bill 8th, just completely saving his race. Like if he gets a golden there or triple shrooms, like he's not getting 3rd place. He's getting it probably 8th or 7th. So definitely what you want to see if you're Frozen there. And a good shock bolt from Krusty. So
yeah, interestingly enough, I think getting starred by his own teammate Brody was actually better for Frozen. He wasn't going to be able to do a lot with that blue. Maybe he could have landed it on Scandinavia's 2nd place, but obviously able to pull the bill immediately after losing blue and dodge back up and get right back into the front there. So pretty fortunate ending for him.
Yeah, and we actually did see another US North member pull a blue and blue Pam on the line anyways. So
yeah.
it wasn't even a big deal at all. But we do see Sherbetland coming out, and if you are Scandanavia, you need to make a move now. I mean, it's only race 3, but you're down about 40 points. Sorry, I think it's only 20. I guess it wasn't as big of a race as I thought. But Frozen just going to be sitting to 8 here. This is a standard play on RSL. He's just trying to split the pack. A golden's a great pull, and we do see Barney getting a TC. So Barney could be completely out of the race here at the beginning of lap 1.
Yeah, Frozen's going to try and break up into the Scandinavia 2-3-4, and Mura holding down first. We'll see if Frozen can pull anything useful. An early POW here. I think that was North's POW.
Definitely a North POW
on Pam, but looks like they were able to play around it pretty well and hold their 2-3.
Yeah, and we do see a TC coming out for Frozen. He's probably going to be able to pass this, I'd have to assume. You just save too much time on the ice. Yeah, he gives it to Fox, and this is exactly what you want. He's just splitting the pack more for Mura, and we do see Brody shrooming up. So, and a POW pull is really good.
Is a huge pull. He can drop POW multiple of Scandinavia's players here. Oh, opposite chain it.
Yeah, not a bad play considering he just wants to get a box. Mura did get blued, so Scandinavia are in first. Maybe would have liked to see him hold the POW and try and target POW here, but you know, maybe he's training for those shrooms or triple reds, which isn't a bad play either. We do see North in 2-4 at the moment, though, and Barney holding Bill in 8th, so maybe a Scandinavia shot pull?
Yeah, it looks like the baggers are close, and there it is. Yep. Scandinavia shot can be getting them into, is that top 3?
Yeah, and kind of just using a random one. I think just randomly dodging Barney and Fox after the last set there, and their top 3 break. It's not even really close. US North are going to need to shroom up, but they're running out of time. We do see that Ethan or Krusty is actually in 10th, so we could see a late US North shock. And if you're Scandinavia, you're praying that doesn't happen.
Yeah, only real way back in this is a late blue or a shock. It looks like Frozen pulling a single shroom, not going to do it. At this point, you're probably just trying to get Scandinavia 8th if you don't have shock.
Yeah, I mean, Frozen's not going to be able to catch them, so it's an easy top 3 for Scandinavia, but I think they also got 8th. I think Kion fell off on the last turn there, so top 3 8 for Scandinavia there. And I mean, if you get Bill on RSL, like that's just what happens, you know? Frozen did a good job of not taking Barney's TC lap one, but then Barney ended up getting the Bill. So it didn't really matter too much. Maybe I would have liked to see a little more with that POW lap too. Frozen kind of just chaining it in like 5th, and not really trying to target POW anybody, from what it seemed at least. And Scandinavia were just able to break from that, and then 2 of them dodged. So, exactly what you want to see if you're Scandinavia. They kind of needed a big race there. They had lost the first 2 races by a decent amount. So
Yeah, definitely. I think the random shock was pretty good. We didn't really have much visibility into how many US North members could have potentially had dodges, but obviously on Sherby, you know, you expect a first or second set shock a lot. So just using it there early to make sure that they're securing their first place with the Bill dodge, and none of US North are dodging. So good play there. And that brings them back to only down 3, so pretty close.
Yeah, crazy comeback, to be honest. And we talked before the war about how these shocks are going to be crucial in who's winning these races. And pretty much every race so far, we've seen massive swings from the shock. Moonview Highway, I'm assuming there was a late shock, getting US North top 3. BCWii dodging 2 of US North into 3-4 when Scandinavia are already were all of the mid spots, and then another shock on RSL for Scandinavia, getting them top 3. So massive swings from all of these shocks, and this is exactly what you would expect from these 2 teams. So they opt for a Maple Treeway pick in top 3. They're just going to try and run it out here. Fox is probably the best player to have in first on this track, to be honest, and it looks like everyone's bumped, so he's actually going to have a little bit of a breakaway.
Yeah. I think we saw Pam pop in for the box in 3rd, so not sure what they pulled. We see Frozen getting hit out in 8th, and on our other POV, Barney has a TC. Interesting spots here, but I think Scandinavia is holding down first pretty well. As we see Frozen get TC'd in last, we can switch to Barney's pod there.
Yeah, great TC pass from Pam there, taking Frozen completely out of the race. One of US North actually just got target powered off the track, so it's a top 2-4 for Scandinavia. And Barney has triple shroom, so he's going to be able to catch up. Looks like Murray's shrooming too. But if you're Scandinavia, you're pretty happy with these seats. You're pretty comfortable. 1-4-5 is great at the moment. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Barney shroom here, but definitely characteristic of him to just play safe. And because he knows he's going to be able to pass them, right?
Oh.
Unless that happens. Yeah, and kind of a crazy red dodge there.
Complete disaster there. Unfortunate with the Wiggler and the red interaction. Takes him out to 8th.
Yeah, and Kion and Barney were in 3-4 there, or even 2-4 there for a little bit, and they're kind of dead out of this race, to be completely honest. We did see Murrah get TC'd and bumped off, so he's going to be getting 8th probably. Fox still holding down first, and it looks like it's just odd spots for Scandinavia at the moment.
Yeah, I don't really see North being able to break up that first. They're going to need a blue or shock. Obviously, Maple being a sitting track, it's going to be a tough ask.
Yeah, and Frozen doing a great job at just keeping Barney in the back here. Was able to red him and then back him. So And one thing to note is that this is a sitting track, so we're most likely not going to see a shock at all, to be honest, unless one of the baggers chances it, which I would have to assume would be a US North thing, because Fox is still holding down first pretty well. And I think Pam actually just slipped into second, so it's a top 2 for Scandinavia.
Yeah, on our other POV, we see Barney go into star, so... And Bill, but I don't think we're going to see a late shock coming out. So it looks like we're going to get a 3-4-5 for North, so... Okay damage control, considering Scandinavia starting in top 3 there, but Fox was able to really hold down that first pretty well, that race.
Yeah, and Fox is just so good at holding people off when he's in first. And you know, you'd have to assume that's one of their best tracks. Picking Maple Treeway for top 3 over tracks like DK Mountain or is honestly a little bit surprising. I wouldn't assume most teams would do that. I would assume most teams would favor something like DKM, but massive plays, honestly, from everybody that race. Fox just holding down first, Frozen looking pretty much dead lap 1, and then getting third on the line there. So and honestly keeping Barney at bay as well. A little bit of, I don't even know what I would call that, self-destruction maybe, with the Wiggler lap 2. Barney trying to break those reds and kind of just bouncing all over the place, and Kion getting taken out as well. So if in another world, maybe if that doesn't happen, that's just like a Scandinavia top 3 even, to be honest. So
Yeah, I wonder if he regrets not chaining his 2 shrooms there on the branch to try and get something to schlag USA's 2-3. Obviously, a little bit of hindsight there, getting hit out by the Reds, but opting to hold him there is a little bit risky, especially when you know the Wiggler's coming and both of US could have Reds.
yeah, I think if you're gonna hold the shrooms, you need to like hold them pretty late into the race, you know? Like you're holding them for the cut at the next lap, or you're holding them for
Yeah.
that little bridge to try and shroom them off. I don't know if I'd opt to shroom on like the widest part of the entire track, to be honest, because you're not gonna be able to break the reds there. Um, just a little, I mean, maybe a little bit of hindsight from the casters, you know. You know, we're just looking back on it, but either way, it's gonna be a BC3 pick coming out here. And US North are going to have to act quick to either take the cut and unblock it, because if not, Scandinavia is just going to run away. We might see Fox do Ultra in first if he pulls some greens or something like that. So something to keep an eye out for. But Frozen probably just going to spam all his items up at the top 2 unless he hits a wall. So he's kind of dead.
Yeah, we're talking about this first set, always so important on BC3, and we see Fresh, Brody, and Frozen all stopped or hit out in some manner. Mura is the solo runner up there in the top. On our other POV, we have Barney is attempting Ultra. And then looks like Frozen's gonna try Shroomless.
Yeah, and honestly, complete mayhem there. We see top 3, or sorry, top 2-5 for Scandinavia at the moment. And I mean, that's just what happens when 3 of US North gets hit out at the very start of the race. Like, first set is so important, like Ivan said. And now Scandinavia could honestly run away with the race. If they're able to block cut and take it for themselves, I don't understand how, I don't see how they're going to catch back up. So triple reds here could be massive. We do see Scandinavia way in 10th, so maybe a Scandinavia shock pull. Barney going to block the cut. We did see a blue get thrown, but at least he was able to block the cut before he got blued.
Yeah, and both of North is going to be forced around here, so that should cement at least first for the time being, but we do see someone cut up into first. Not sure who that was.
Yeah, I think it was Brody. I could be wrong. Frozen's just not wanting to take that TC.
Does
I
not
don't blame
want
him.
any part of that TC.
I mean, it just ended up getting past Amura anyways. Yeah. I think US North are 1-5 at the moment, but
Oh
good back red's going to get him off the track. And yeah, Brody isn't first, so Scandinavia might just be chaining for a blue here. Although we do see Roy still in 10th, so we could see a late shock come out from Scandinavia. Not the best thing to see, to be honest. But maybe we'll see an ultra take from...
See if Scandinavia opts to unblock the cut here. Yep, but Brody's going to be holding first there. Shock coming out right as he lands cut. I feel like that was a Scandinavia shock.
Definitely a Scandinavia shock. I think it just came a little bit late, to be honest. They were trying to TS fresh, and they weren't able to. And now Barney's gonna get TC'd on the line, and I don't think Pam's gonna be able to get into first. So
Yeah, we're gonna see Fresh slip into
we saw
third.
him get first.
Oh my god.
Pam's the goat there. He took out Brody. I don't know if he shroomed or I think he sniped him. I could be wrong though. I wasn't able to see. I was too busy looking at Barney getting TC'd. But that's a massive swing. First and second is a 6-point swing. So massive play from whatever Pam or Brody did, honestly. Maybe Brody failed. I'm not too sure. But if you're Scandinavia, you're going to be pretty happy with that. But we did see the shot come out a little bit late. If shot comes a little bit earlier, Fresh is TS'd. And that's a 1-3-4 for Scandinavia instead of a 1-4-5, which is a big difference. But either way, Roy, just way intent that race. I'm not too sure if the first shock was theirs. I'm assuming it was a US North shock, but massive last second shock from Roy there to dodge Pam all the way into first. I think Pam was in like 7th and he ended up winning the race. So
Yeah, again, shock's playing a huge role in these races. So I'm sure we'll expect to see that continue. As Scandinavia, maybe we'll see Summit pick for 1-3-4. No, it looks like they're opting for the standard DDR.
yeah, I think these are pretty much ideal DDR spots. Probably just have third bag, run in one floor, and then I think they got like 7th or 8th. I think they got 7th. So, but we mentioned how we thought that US North were going to 2-0 Scandinavia, and Scandinavia are up halfway through the match right now. They're up 12, or up 9, sorry. So,
A strong early
guess-
showing from this group for sure. We'll see if they can
Yeah.
continue. We know that North is not going to be one to let off the gas, so I expect a lot of pressure coming out from them in this latter half of the first floor.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. We're going to see a draft in 1-4 for Scandinavia. Fox already in first, top 2. And I'm assuming they're just going to bag in these mid spots because they're trying to split the pack, and that's exactly what Barty's going to do. I think Scandinavia are bottom 2.
Golden and 6 was huge. The palm taking him out.
Yeah, and that is not what you want to see. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but Barney would have been in first for sure. So, and Frozen knows his role. He knows what to do. He's just going to bag here to make sure that Scandinavia aren't getting those 8th place boxes. But we do see 2 people taking cut. Looks like Scandinavia are still top 2. So,
Yeah.
bagging battle's pretty close at the moment. We'll be able to see who's 10th here on the straightaway. It doesn't look like either of the baggers have shock, and it looks like it's Krusty in 10th at the moment. Wouldn't be surprised if Frozen chained these triple shrooms, to be honest, just knowing how he plays, but holding them for Doc is much better, and I think he knows that, so he's definitely going to hold them, because he needs to catch those Scandinavia top 2, because looks like Fresh
we
actually
see
read
Fresh
Kion out.
taking out Kion. I think Frozen's in his right to hold these, considering, neither of Mura or Fresh having shrooms, so he needs to be the one to try and get up there and take Fox out of his first.
Yeah, Fox just too far ahead, though, not even able to catch him with the double. So, luckily Fox pulled a Nana instead of a Fib, because Frozen would have ratted him out there. So, we do see Roy in 10th as well, so this could be massive for Scandinavia. Although we do see a huge pack split. If you look at the minimap right now, the pack is about 10 seconds from first to last, and it's mostly Scandinavia in the back, to be completely honest with you. So they're going to need to make a move fast. Frozen hitting a little bit of hitting the wall a little bit there. Goes
Yeah,
for the
big
snipe, but
mistake
isn't able to
there.
connect.
He's not going to be in snipe range anymore. Spams the shroom too. Like he's
Yeah,
gonna
if-
have to be forced around.
If Frozen doesn't hit those walls, then he's just in first, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
I would have to assume that's a Scandinavia shock. I'm assuming Fox called it to prevent Frozen from shrooming through the mud cut. I don't know.
Yeah, difficult to say. I don't think it's really going to shake this 2-3-4 up, but none of Scandinavia is going to be able to catch up. That
Yeah,
top split was just so significant. Although we do see Kion maybe
Kyle
getting
sneaking into 4th, I think.
5th, 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing to note is Fox actually landed a back spam on Mura, landing from the bridge there. So Mura, instead of getting 2nd, I think he got like 6th or something. So massive, I think it was a fib, massive fib from Fox there, just taking him out on the landing of the bridge. And honestly, not much you can do. If you're Mura, you're kind of just guessing where to land, right? Like you can't adjust once you're in midair. So really good back fib from Fox, and the pack was just too split for most of Scandinavia to catch up. I mean, Kion was able to dodge up and get fourth, but other than Kion, uh, like I don't think Scandinavia dodged other than Kion, and I mean
Yeah,
that's just what happens when the pack is 10 seconds split, right? So
North will definitely take that, knowing shock can be quite powerful on Delfino. But the pack split just kind of protected them from getting destroyed by Scandinavia shock. So not a
yeah.
bad race, all things considered, given the resources they had. I'm sure Frozen
Mhm.
wishes he could have done a little more to maybe take out Fox, although it would have been a pretty tall ask there.
Yeah, I mean, it's early enough in the war. Like that was only race 6. So, if you're gonna tell me that the other team is gonna get shock on Delfino Square and we're only gonna lose the race by 1, I would take that every single time because that could easily be a
Absolutely.
-20. So, um, and I think that just comes from, most of the mid pack play from North, early bomb from Frozen, lap 1, and then kinda just, like, most of US North just splitting the pack completely, and US and Scandinavia weren't able to catch up because of that, so, um, any of these small, uh, like, small plays, they really make a difference, and we do see a DDR come out, and this is exactly what you wanna see if you're Scandinavia right now with Fox in first. They're pretty much perfect spots for DDR starting 1-4, 6-7 at the moment. So Frozen gonna have to make an early play to hit Fox out. Maybe a second place Shroom here or a red.
Gets pushed from behind by Kion, and that's going to be an early top 2. We'll see if any of USA can shroom up to try and break this up. I think we do see Brody shrooming up on the left, but it's probably going to be a Scandinavia top 2 for the time being. Although Frozen pulls Bill, which is definitely huge there. Barney landing a stop mega on both Frozen and Brody.
Massive play from Barney. That is
huge.
a war swinging play right there from Barney. And yeah, Kyle just getting the early draft out, and I mean, okay, we need to take a break. Look at Barney right now. He's taking out all of North. That is 3 of US North that Barney has single-handedly taken out this race, and now he's taking the Ultra. He's gonna be able to get back in there after being super impactful. Pal comes out, but he knows to bail out of the Ultra, so that's exactly what you want to see from Barney there. 1, 3, 4, 5 for Scandinavia.
With blue as well, that's huge for securing their first. It's just going to be Fresh up there, really fighting for his own for the time being.
Yeah, and we see Roy's in 10th, and that would not be the case if Frozen didn't get Stop Mega. If Frozen had Bill right now, I can guarantee you that North would have the shock, and I don't know if that's the case right now. So Barney just sitting here, perfect play. That's exactly what you want to do if you're Barney. You're just trying to make sure that Mura and Frozen do not get those 8th place Goldens. And I mean, I don't think he knows that Frozen's holding a POW currently, but Frozen's pretty much out of this race.
Yeah, unfortunately both our POVs kind of
yeah,
stuck
just
in the
completely
back.
dead.
I think Barney, not sure if that stopping makes them believe that US North might have shock in 9th to try and prevent North from pulling any dodges, but
yeah, it's possible. We did see Frozen try and POW Fox out of first, but I don't think he was able to get him. And we do see a last-second shock come out for Scandinavia, getting Kion.
Yeah, it looks like getting Kion into set. See if he can break up any of those top-ish spots from North.
I think we might have seen a blue on the line as well from Scandinavia. And that is pretty much the perfect race if you're Scandinavia, I'm gonna be honest. Like, Barney just doing, like, insane work for his team there, lap 2. Or I think that's lap 1, actually. Just massive. If Frozen
Yeah, that
holds
lap
on to
1
that
mega
bill,
before wall glitch. So
yeah,
huge.
if Frozen holds on to that bill, there's no way, that
Although,
yeah,
USA coming out
not
with
as
a
strong of a race as I thought.
2-3, only like a -1 race, which is not bad, all things considered, how much they were taken out at the start.
Yeah, maybe that was a US North shock or something. Maybe they pulled in a 9th or something. I'm not too sure. Um, but either way, I think Barney played that about as best as he could, to be completely honest. Like, um, taking him out of the
Yeah,
race, like, completely.
and
Frozen was
again,
instantly dead. Same with Mura, so
it's 3 out of the last 4 races Fox has just completely ran and held down first, so pretty dominant display from him so far.
yeah, Fox is about to 60 them if they don't smarten up. So, uh, but I mean, good play from Fox, just being able to drive. Fox is the fastest player in this entire room right now, so he's definitely the player you want up in first. Um, but you can't discredit the pack play from the rest of Scandinavia. If it wasn't for Barney that race, that could easily be like a +20 for US North, and it wasn't. So, just completely dismantling them in the back of the pack there. Taking, I think Mura got TC'd. He was able to red him and then stop Mega both Brody and Frozen.
Yeah,
Brody was able
losing
to catch back
Bill
up though.
and Golden is huge there.
Yeah.
So we
You see,
see a PC coming out. This could be a pretty interesting first set for having 1-4. And we see Barney sit to 8th.
yeah, standard play from Barney. He's just trying to get that bill and make sure that US North don't get Goldens to catch up to his team's top spots. We did see Brody either take the Shroomba or get a Shroom to get into first. Looks like he got triple Shrooms actually. So
Yeah, Murrah
Brody,
goldening up too. Might be
yeah, looks like it's the top 3.
attacking those top spots. But Fresh is back bombed and hit out.
Yeah, we can switch the POV to Frozen here. He's holding 2 Shrooms in second. He's just going to take that cut. I wasn't able to see where US North's bagger was, but Roy's sitting at a star, so no shock as of
Yeah,
now.
I think their
It's only
bagger
45 seconds
looked
in.
like he was losing Bill there, so no star drop for North. And Brody gets bombed out?
Yeah, I think Brody got bomb sniped there from Pam. Maybe Fox. I wasn't able to see, but either way, massive play. Pow coming out to target Pow Fox in second. Looks like he gets him pretty good, to be honest. Losing about a second there. And our POVs are about first and 8th right now, so there's not much for us to comment on. Barney's just still holding the star. He has faith in Roy that Roy's going to be getting the shock here. And
Yeah, pretty hopeful considering it's Koopa Cave and we know how hard it is to pull shock on the sitting track, but...
Yeah, I mean, what else can you do though? Like, if you chain this, like...
Is that a bagger we see sitting at first set though? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So we do see a US North shock. Barney predicting it, but he's not able to get a chain, which could be kind of bad. It's going to be important to see
Yeah,
what
we'll
he
see
gets
what
here.
Fresh changed. Looks like he changed Shrooms. Oh, Barney failing Shroomba though, that's huge.
Yeah, we can switch to Frozen's POV here. Frozen still holding down first at the moment. Fresh actually getting triple Shrooms at the first set, or at last set probably. So top 2 for North at the moment. And this Shroom is exactly what you want to see. You're not going to be able to catch him at this point. Fox is not going to be able to drive fast enough. Fresh kind of... Oh, Fresh slowing down
Slips into a second. Wow, it was really well coordinated from North there. Avoiding a disaster. One of them surely would have been taken out.
Yeah, I thought Fresh might have failed there for a second, but that would be unlike him. And that was a really good blue call. I don't know where the blue came from, but it must have come from pretty far back.
Yeah, top 2 on the back of the huge shock from North there. Able to finally get some of that momentum back.
Yeah, and pretty much every shock has been super impactful, other than like Delfino Square, to be honest, which is a little bit surprising, but yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, Barney's kind of just forced to hold that star all race. He was able to predict the shock, but then he fails the Shroomba, which is not what you want to see. Barney was supposed to get like 3rd or 4th that race, maybe even 2nd, and he's getting 8th, which is a massive point swing.
And that
so
stems back from him not being able to chain his star because he's holding it, unsure where North is going to use the shock, so he had to react to Fresh's star usage, which meant that he wasn't able to use it in time to chain a box there.
Yeah. I mean, it's the butterfly effect, right? Every single thing matters in these races at the top level. Like you win these races by inches, and not getting one box or making one mistake on lap 3 just gets you 8th, which wouldn't be the case if it was an easier room or something like that. But these are the best players in the world, so I mean, you're held to such a high standard, and I mean, there's a reason these players are so good, right? Like, I mean, the thing is, like, everybody makes mistakes. Like, I've definitely failed the Shroomba before a couple times, but you know, that's just not what you want to see on such a big stage, like an early, like, match 1 in a best of 3 when you're winning. We do see North take the lead for the first time since like race 2, I believe. Race 1, race 3. Maybe?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not sure.
race 3 we're about tied, but Garden's coming out here is pretty huge. Avoid the Toad's Factory death pick from North, so they won't be able to snowball. their top spots into another early lead. As Barney pulls a golden, which is going to get him some pretty good separation from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, we did see US North stop to try and split the pack, but then Barney just got a golden anyway, so it didn't matter. We did see Kion get TC'd out, so it looks like it's a 2-3-4 for North at the moment. And Frozen, perfect. This is the player that you want in 4th place. You want Frozen to be chaining Megas into Reds, like right here. This is Frozen's bread and butter. He loves to do this. If you ever watch a Frozen POV, he's doing this every race, and he's just trying to get a massive pack split because it's going to be a 1v3 at the front if Frozen's able to slow these guys down. So
yeah, we do see Roy in 10th, although it's pretty close, but that could be pretty huge for Scandinavia if they're able to pull a shock on Gardens. Frozen pulling a TC, gonna have to try to give this off to Kyle. Oh, he does well there to get that to Pam. Wow.
Yeah, very impressive there. Pam ended up landing a back on Frozen, but Frozen was still able to recover and catch up, which I honestly would not have expected. And right now, it's kind of just Barney. Barney's got quite a lead at the moment, but definitely a Scandinavia shock.
Yeah, shock coming out. We do see Barney on the other POV got blued. Still going to be in first by a tiny amount as Frozen tries to catch back up and avoid these spreads. Oh no.
Yeah, and Scandinavia kind of forced to use a suboptimal shock there just to cancel Barney's blue, but if we switch to the other POV, Brody just farmed Barney. So Barney getting sniped out of first. Brody is in 1 now, which is a massive play because they use like Scandinavia's whole race is around Barney, right? So massive snipe from Brody there. Brody's probably gonna try and land some backs here, but with Nanas, there's not much you can do. Maybe we can see a late blue comment, but I don't think it's likely. Good evasion from Barney.
No, it's going to be a secure 1-3 for US North. Brody, the hero of that race, saving the day there with that late Nana snipe.
Yeah, I mean, they just got a winning race on Gardens when Scandinavia got the shock. So, like, that never happens, to be honest. Scandinavia forced to use, honestly, a pretty crappy lap 2 shock there. They're forced to cancel Barney's blue because Barney's their only top spot. But I don't think any of them dodged. Maybe Kion dodged, but they definitely didn't dodge in bottom 2, and there was nothing they could really do about that, to be honest. So,
looked like they're getting bottom 2 into set. Frozen did a smart job of recognizing the early shock and sitting. Therefore, he was able to get a lower spot box, which prevented Scandinavia from catching up. Yeah, we see a 1-3, 5-6. That's a huge race.
Yeah, considering you didn't get the shock on Gardens, that's a pretty significant race there. Ivan did mention how that race was kind of won by Brody there with the Nana, but you can't forget Frozen. Frozen schlagging Scandinavia all race pretty much, and taking their boxes, just doing anything to keep them from catching up, and it worked. I mean, they got a winning race. So just like that's just what happens when one team is just making really high level plays, and one team isn't able to get those dodges or isn't able to catch up when they need to. So another shock from Roy, though. Roy's doing really well this match. I don't think Roy did that great during the group stage. I think he struggled a little bit, but everyone knows that the group stage is just a warm-up, and now Roy seems to be in full form, to be honest. He's doing really well this match. I think he's winning the shot count, which I would not have guessed. So
definitely, and you don't want to be down 17 when you're winning the shot count. But it is definitely still within reach here as we get into Summit, where North is going to try and hold their top spot here.
Yeah, and it's race 10. Scandinavia kind of need to strike now. They need a winning race here, to be completely honest with you. And if they don't win this race, they need to lose it by a very small margin. Barney able to get into first just off lag, but Brody's probably going to lag compensate here.
Yeah, I don't. Although...
Definitely not.
Yeah, there goes Brody. Yeah.
This is standard DK Summit.
Standard lag interactions there.
Brody getting mega'd, I think. Or just hit out. Fox, I think Fox is in first? But no, Fox failing the double, I believe. Yeah, Fox failing double, so it's like South in top 2.
Maybe
or North
Frozen and Fox somehow took each other out, but we got a North early top 2 here, which is huge. And then Yeah, it's like a 3-4-5 for the trailing Scandinavia players who are probably already forced to chain pretty aggressively for a blue or a POW.
Yeah. And I think we might have a Scandinavia shock in 9th. Roy is driving forwards. This is going to be a massive blue. And Barney's going to be able to combo fresh. Or he's not going to be able to combo him. A little bit of lag there on the red. And he might be redding Pam out for that. Not redding him out.
Fortunately, doesn't... But Murray's taken out.
Yeah, I think we're just failing doubles. So Scandinavia are top 2 off that. That is such an top 3-5 for Scandinavia, and then North are bottom 3 break right now.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly happened to Murray, but he was their only top spot there. That was not good, as we do see Shock coming out. Frozen is dodging in 6th with a golden here, so he's going to be able to break up those top spots.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, Brody coming out of Bill there, so we have a 2-3 for North.
Yeah, Fox using his Mega into the cannon, so he was able to still dodge the shock there. But Murra taking Frozen out, trying to break the red. And Barney has a golden in 5th. So this might be a 1-3-4-5 for Scandinavia if they can hold on to these spots right now. Maybe even top 2. Or top 3!
Oh,
top 3 for Scandinavia! So Scandinavia are going to take the lead after a US North shock. And just like, I don't even know what happened there. It's a very uncharacteristic fail from Murra in first lap 2. Probably just getting sent to 0 on the double. So instead of US North winning that race by a large margin, Scandinavia are in the lead after that race. So,
yeah, and again, we're seeing results that aren't aligning with the team that used the shock. Pretty surprisingly, we've seen this multiple times this match, but looks like Brody still was able to get 3rd, but a top 2-4-5 is huge, and that's going to bring them right back up into the lead by a little bit.
Yeah, and if the other team is starting in top spots and they get the shock and you top 2-4-5 them on Summit, like so many things have to go wrong. Like Scandinavia got a blue out on fresh lap 2, and then Murra failed double in first. It looks like I don't even know. I think the trade from Fox and Frozen lap 1 was really good, to be honest, because US North were most of the top spots, so Frozen just traded and got Fox out of there. But yeah, really, really surprising ending to that race, to be honest. I would not have expected that at all, to be honest. But Scandinavia kind of just dominating that race, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they needed going into this stretch of the last 2 races, where they have control and can choose to opt for Toad's Factory, which I'm sure they're hoping for, to be able to snowball those top spots into another winning race going into the last race.
Yeah, and if Scandinavia win this race by a decent amount, the war might be over by race 11. But it looks like it does pick
Rumble coming out
Volcano.
is huge for North, yeah. Avoiding the danger of TF there.
Yeah, it could have been over with just a track pick. So,
yeah, we'll see how many of Scandinavia
right?
opt to sit at this first set. I'm sure Barney will, their top 2 will probably go, but can't just let US have all those top boxes, as we see Fox and Barney continuing first, and Kyan and Pam dropping a little bit.
Yeah. And if Barney is able to get an early lead, it might be hard to catch him. I think Barney has the world record on this track, actually. Good bomb on Frozen, and Frozen's getting TC.
And redding
he's
Brody
able to red
out.
Brody. Yeah, Brody had a shroom there, so...
So Frozen's just going to be dead 8th here for a little bit.
Yeah. Fresh is going to have to be taking the cut. They have a PAL, though. Both of North make it, though, even with the PAL. I'm kind of surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked like the PAL might have just been pulled a little bit too late to do any real damage, although we did see, I think, the North members were forced to take a top route there, so maybe losing a little bit of time.
Yeah.
See a 3-4-5. The blue
coming out early. Oh, both of US North dying there. Just gonna have to Mega. But yeah, you know that they weren't gonna have any shrooms because of the PAL, so they weren't even able to dodge that blue at all. Frozen just Barney just trying to stop Mega here, but not able to hit Frozen. Frozen has triple reds now. Snipes him though, but Frozen didn't have a shroom anyways. Sniped him off, actually. He just sniped Frozen off with that Nana. That is crazy. So Frozen is gone in last right now.
Yeah, I'm curious what exactly he was doing that far to the right of the track, given he didn't have shrooms. Probably was anticipating Barney having shrooms and trying to take him out, but it ends up working against him.
Yeah, who knows? assuming one of the baggers has a shock at this point. I believe.
Yeah, we see one of the baggers respawning, and then the other forwards. It's gonna be too hard to see who that is.
Top 2-4 for North right now, but good.
Oh, great avoidance from Barney there.
We might see a shock here from Scandinavia, but I think North have it. It might come late.
Yeah, it looks like.
Maybe just shockless, to be honest.
I don't know. I'd be surprised given the bagger going forwards, but I would have expected to see North use it late there to at least get frozen in to potentially beat Barney, but you're right, maybe it was shockless. Tough to say.
Yeah, I think either shockless or they just held it. I think they just held it, to be honest. But Barney playing about as well as he could that race. I think it didn't really matter though, just because the rock is so strong that even if you're one of the best drivers on the world on that track, you're not gonna be able to beat somebody who's saving 5 seconds a lap. And yeah, it's a top 2 5-6 for US North there. And this is gonna be a nail biter into the last race. This is a super close war right now.
Yeah, I can't stress enough how much Barney being able to successfully dodge that POW saved them, because he would have been in there. That would have been a bottom 3 for Scandinavia instead of a bottom 2, which would have been like I think like a 10 plus maybe point swing there. So able to salvage a little bit going into the last race down by 9, avoiding like a near disaster. So definitely within reach here.
That could easily be a -20 into this last race, which is way harder to come back from. A -9 is totally doable. But like me and Ivan said, that honestly, this war might have just come down to a race 11 track pick. If it picks TF instead of Grumble Volcano there, we could have seen a Scandinavia just break away instantly and then win the war. But they lost the 50-50 track pick, and then US North got the shock and played pretty well making the cut there. So we do see a DKJP coming in for race 12, a cannon track. US North are confident in their bagger. That's what it tells me. They believe.
Yeah, a little surprised to see this one coming out. Although Murrah being the Daisy in first, I'm sure they're confident that Murrah will be able to hold it down.
You'd have to imagine, yeah. I think Frozen's also really good at this track.
Early start from Frozen, trying to take out some of Scandinavia's bottom spots. See, he is able to get Kyan and Fox.
Massive star from Frozen there. I think Fresh is probably holding on to a pretty good item there. Maybe an 8th place box or something. Maybe a star or a golden, because Frozen's just going to try and split this pack. Gets a star in 7th though, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, lands the back bomb onto Kyan. That's going to cement a Scandinavia bottom 2 for a little bit as we see Frozen trying to push them even further back with this star, but Fox is able to turn past him.
Barney getting backringed by his own teammates and then comboed off the track by North there, and Pam is going to be getting blued, and Pam was their only top spot. So that is not what you want to see. Very easily could have been Barney shrooming into first with one of his shrooms and then dodging the blue with the other shroom. So it could easily be a Scandinavia top 2, but it's not. It's a North top 2, I believe.
Yeah.
So.
This is exactly what we were talking about, with North having those top spots and then Frozen being able to sit in the mid-pack slagging. If you're Scandinavia right now, you're kind of in desperation mode. You need a shock or a blue or multiple powerful items to try and prevent this North top 2 from just securing them the war.
Yeah, and neither of the baggers have the shock at the moment, and US North is in 10th, so we could see a North shock, a late North shock here. Barney opts to change his star. Frozen does as well. Frozen gets a golden though, and Barney gets a single red. So Frozen's being golden up there, and Barney's getting
MKWii God's not really helping Barney out there when he needs him the most.
Yeah, we might see a shock here if North have it, but it doesn't look like it. And North are top 2 break at the moment, and they're landing backs out of cannon every lap.
Double
they're getting
back.
everybody.
Oh
They're getting everybody. I think that's the 4th back out of the cannon I've seen from North.
Yeah, and it seems pretty obvious that North would have shock, given Scandinavia would have been forced to use it there in cannon, so I don't really think they're going to be able to break this top 2 at all.
No, that's definitely a Scandinavia shock. 2 of Scandinavia dodging up. They need to get these top spots. TC is so bad for Barney, though. Triple Shrooms is massive. Looks like Fox got hit out.
We'll see what, on our other POV, we see Frozen shrooming up.
And that's going to be a US North win for match 1 here. Um, and yeah, it almost looked like Scandinavia had it there at the end there. Uh, US North just doing way too good of a job, um, backing backing Scandinavia out of the cannon. I think they landed 4 or 5 back spams on Scandinavia out of the cannon, and their top 2 was just about 5 seconds ahead, or 3 to 4 seconds ahead. So even though Scandinavia got the shock in ninth and dodged up, they weren't able to catch their top 2. Um, and I mean, it just comes down to those back spams, right? If they're even a couple seconds closer to the pack, that could be a top 2 instead of a 3-4. So, um,
Yeah, really well done there from North's top two runners. Basically taking Scandinavia out of striking range, and that could have been the difference given that Scandinavia had shock. Don't think Barney pulling the TC really ended up being a swing. North obviously able to secure 1-3, and you can't lose a race by more than, I believe it was 9 with
yeah.
those spots secured. So,
For sure, yeah. We did see, Fox score over 110 there, and I mentioned how Barney might be, the highest scorer this match, um, but Barney only getting 76, but I do think, Barney played insanely well for what he was given, to be honest. Barney had some really, really massive plays there, but so did everybody, and I mean, that's what you would expect at this level of play. I think there's 7 grandmasters in this lineup, so, like, in both of the lineups, besides Kion, I believe,
yeah,
so
about as top as you can get. Definitely that match living up to the hype. Hopefully, an indicator of more good things to come. Although, I think I'm seeing that North only got 2 track picks, and they definitely lost that shot count. So we'll see if them being able to change that can potentially give them even more of a lead going into the second match. But we'll have to see. Definitely a really tight and contested match. A lot of turns there, but North doing a good job using their front
yeah.
running prowess to secure that match.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it just comes down to who pulls, like, even just one more shock, to be honest. Like, if Scandinavia gets shock on race 11 on GV, or even just a track pick or something, that war could look completely different into race 12. But not to discredit US North there. They got less shocks and less track picks and still ended up winning. So, but I mean, we kind of expected this. They are the best team. So, but I think almost like I would say that was a surprisingly close match considering Scandinavia were the eighth place seed into this match. Although Barney did say that their seed doesn't really represent their skill level, which honestly I agree. After that match, I think Barney played really well, and Fox too, and Pam. I mean, they got double 100s, 110 even. So, um, but yeah, either way, we're gonna take a short break before match two. Um, guys, leave a put a one in the chat if you think if you think US North are gonna close it out here. Uh, but yeah, we'll be right back. So.
Improv, no theatrics.
All right, guys, and we're back for match 2 of US North versus Scandinavia. US North taking it by a very slim margin. Match 1, super close war. 2 things to note before this war starts. We do have Kaizo subbing in for Krusty. Roy did outshock Krusty match 1, but I don't think that's the reason they're subbing him out. I think Kaizo and Krusty are both just equally as good. So they just have that roster depth where they're just willing to sub out their bagger for the other one. And then Kion subbing out on the side of Scandinavia, and Sharon coming in, which I think is a net plus personally. I think Sharon is a little bit better than Kion. Kion actually scored the lowest amount in the last match, so it'll be interesting to see how the dynamic changes in this next war.
Yeah, Sharon definitely with more chemistry with like the Fox and Barney from the XI past war days in D1. It's like Scandinavia's going to get their pick for 1-3 here.
Yeah, and US North are going to be doing everything they can to not let Fox just break away in first again. Looks like 2 of them shroom up, actually, so it's a 2-3-4 for US North at the moment.
See if Barney can do something with this bomb.
Looks like he's not able to,
Yeah.
but I think Brody ended up bomb sniping, or I think Fresh ended up bomb sniping Fox out of first, so it's actually top 2 for US North right now. And Frozen just TT botting right now. He's gonna have this shroom in second. Very clean shroomless, to be honest. And almost getting stunned by his
Nearly getting
dagger.
taken out by his own dagger. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Oh, not
Kaizo
very
is
good.
intent though. Looks like Mura's goldening up. Frozen just gonna opt the shroom. Not a bad play at all. Missing the box though.
Not getting a box there could be big. You're gonna wanna back, especially on this wall glitch here, but still gonna be pretty cemented in top 2, so it's not a terrible mistake.
And Mura, important to note, Mura actually got a TC in third place there, and kind of just broke his teammates away in top 2. Mura's in 8th now, but he gave his teammate about a 1 or 2 second lead off that.
Barney's gonna lose his bomb that would have been hard to reach USA's top 2, but that was a chance.
Yeah, definitely needed a hero bomb there or something. Looks like Pam is shrooming up. So
up
is Sharon.
as well.
Barney probably gonna go for a blue, if I had to guess. Or not.
Interesting
Maybe
that
he's coming
not opting to stand for blue. I'm not sure what that says about.
Yeah.
There's Sharon failing cow dodge, and we see Shock coming out.
Yeah, I think Mura just dodged him Bill as well. And they TS'd one of Scandinavia on the wall glitch. This red could be massive though, maybe able to red Mura out. Mura does have a red himself though, so. And I think it's just
Opting
gonna
to
be...
hold it. Pam not pulling shrooms in third, so that should be a USA top 2.
Yeah, it looks like it's a top 2 5 for US there. And honestly, not bad considering Scandinavia started in first, but they were able to take out Fox within like the first 20 seconds before the wall glitch even. And I mean, that completely swung the tide of the race. Like if Fox is able to run away there, like he did in the last war, it could be completely different, but not the case.
Yeah, North taking their momentum from the match 1 win into a pretty strong race 1 on Scandinavia's track pick as well, getting a top 2 5-7, so like a plus 10-ish race. Good start for them.
Definitely, yeah. Just too many shroom cuts on that track. There's so many ways to catch up. And Brody and Frozen were driving incredibly well in top 2, so there was no way to catch them even. So
yeah, maybe Barney had an opportunity with that bomb there coming out of cave in lap 2, but we saw it break on the bats, so would have been pretty difficult. They needed a blue or shock to be able to even touch Brody and Frozen in that top 2.
Definitely, yeah. I think Barney's honestly just lucky to not have bombed himself. I see people like bomb themselves on those bats all the time. So
or even his teammates right behind him. Couldn't tell.
Yeah, very true. But... Probably just gonna see a Moonview Highway pick here, considering Frozen is at the top of the pack, and yeah, it looks like it. Brody wants to play DDR again, I guess.
Sorry, Brody, but we can't do that.
That's banned. But Garden's coming out. Maybe that's Brody's fault. You know, maybe if Brody picks a track that is actually able to pick, then maybe he gets picked.
Yeah,
You know,
went from 50% to I believe 44% of getting your track picks. So
guys, spam nerd in the chat for Ivan. We're gonna have to see. Frozen's probably gonna bag here in second if I had to guess. Just try to split the pack and not allow Scandinavia to get these 3-4 boxes, and that's exactly what happens. Barney's still able to get a Mega though. He's just gonna use it right away. And Fox goldening, I believe? Maybe triple shrooms, actually.
yeah, Fox could definitely have shrooms in first here.
Triple greens are gonna be massive though. It's gonna be a battle between Fox and Fresh for first. Frozen. We can go back to the other POV for now. It looks like Fresh ended up getting into first and greening Fox out. So just second at the moment. Barney throwing up the green. Probably gonna be able to red him here, to be honest.
Yeah, Fresh taking out Fox, who, if he presumably had shrooms, that's a huge swing there, because Fox would have just been broken in first. But Barney, you know, taking the trade and getting Fresh back out, and we see Pam drooming up, so it's a 1-3 for Scandinavia.
Yeah,
Really
Fresh is
close
right back in
pack
there.
in this top 5, although we do see bottom 3 trailing by a little bit.
Yeah, this is a massive pack split. A blue coming out, almost lagging onto Fresh there. But yeah, Fresh is gonna be in first. You can see Frozen out on the other POV. Barney's probably just gonna chain for a shroom here. Maybe another blue. It looks like he's slowing down. Maybe he's just playing safe. Yeah,
Yep.
another blue coming out.
Wow,
Not
2
surprising.
quick blues in succession, although Fresh is dodging that one.
Maybe a green bounce here, yeah.
I don't think he has another shroom in first, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, very soon here. See a red come up. It actually
Barney
might hit Fresh because
trying
he's forced to
to
go
slide
wide.
red Fresh. Unable to do so. Pam again slipping into first with shrooms. Although, oh, must be a blue. Yep. And that's going to take out Fresh, Barney, and Pam. As we see Scandinavia dodging up the star.
A little bit of miscommunication there from Scandinavia. 2 of them should not have gotten blue, but it doesn't matter because if we switch to the other POV really quick, Scandinavia is in top 2. Fox and Sharon, and Fox went to green on Frozen, so Frozen's pretty much dead this race.
Yeah, really well done there with that green shell. That's gonna swing the race. Oh, we do see, looks like Fresh was able to star out Barney, so I think they're gonna get a 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Little
Very
bit of
good
salvage
damage
there
control.
at the end. Well played from Fresh there to ensure it wasn't like a top 2-4, top 2-5 type of race.
Yeah, I think just a little bit of miscommunication there with the blue. Barney not slowing down enough, and then Pam just frame 1 slowing down as soon as you heard the blue call. So two
Yeah,
of
I
them get
wonder
taken
if
out.
Pam maybe regrets that decision because it forced 2 of Scandinavia to slow down while only 1 of US had to slow down, which ended up being a bad trade for them, but it didn't matter because they had Shock come out.
Yeah, and you would have to imagine that if Barney doesn't get caught in that, that might be a top 3, to be honest. I think that was a Scandinavia shock. I think both Fox and Sharon, or both Fox and was it Pam? I'm not too sure. But anyways, 2 of Scandinavia dodged, so that could have easily
Yeah,
been
it
a
was
top 3.
it was Sharon and Fox, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was a 10th place shock for Roy. I think Roy was gone in 10th that race from at least when I saw the bagger battle up too. But I guess you're happy with the top 2 there, even though you had a shock, just because 2 of you guys got blued. You know, a little bit of a mistake there, but mistakes happen even at the top level.
Scandinavia's taking the North Moonview pick probably now because they want to get it out of the way while they have winning spots, before North is able to pick it for their top spots and snowball that into a good race. So let's see if that comes out. That could be a pretty huge track pick for Scandinavia.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of metagaming, honestly. I think Scandinavia know that they're going to be a little bit laggy because they are from the EU, while all of US North is from America, obviously. So maybe we could see like a lagged bomb car or like some tricky backs on the bomb cars.
Definitely
Very
interesting.
possible.
This is like a difficult track, I think, to be starting bottom 2 in. So we'll see if Barney and Pam are both able to get boxes and catch up. Barney getting a 7th place Mega. Not going to get him all the way up to the front there.
This golden might, though.
Yep.
think it's top 4 for
Top
Scandinavia
4
right
for
now.
Scandinavia, wow.
And just none of North being able to break up into the top spots. None of them were able to get shrooms. Still top 4. Fox is probably just gonna try to hit Mura and schlag most of North out. And it looks like Scandinavia are in 10th. Their bagger is in 10th. So Fox shrooming up there. Triple Reds is perfect.
Triple Reds is a great pull here.
Off the back the bomb
try
car.
and back the bomb car. You do see Blue coming out. Only taking out Sharon though.
Honestly, very good spacing from Scandinavia there. They could have easily got like 2 or 3 of them blue there if they.
Yeah, well played from North to recognize throwing the blue there. I'm not sure if that was just incidental or intentional. But Fox hitting the truck in first. Now we're gonna be down to only top 2 for Scandinavia.
Yeah, and we do see Frozen dead 8th, holding the bill. So maybe we could see a US North shock here at the beginning of lap 3. But it looks like one of the baggers has it. I think Roy has shock right now. Kaizo is trying to star shock out of Roy. And Fox is right back up there. It's still top 2 for Scandinavia. I think it's top 3 for Scandinavia. I think it's Barney, Fox, Pam in top 3 right now.
Yeah, and on our other POV, Frozen is getting TC'd in 5th. We do see another blue and a POW coming out. Looks like a shock cancel.
I don't agree with that. I think, like, Mura's dodging the shock there. Mura's gonna get first.
And Fresh sneaks up in a 3rd. Yeah, definitely a big mistake there. I think you're pretty much securing top 2 if you don't use the shock there, even though Barney's getting blued.
I think it's a top 2-4 without the shock. Like, top 2-4 without shock, and they get antsy and they use the shock, and the other team gets 1-3. Like, maybe if Fox didn't hit the truck lap 2, they wouldn't have called that because Fox would have been further ahead. Something to think about.
Yeah, tough. I mean, Scandinavia playing the opening like 15 seconds of that race perfectly, getting into a pretty strong top 4, but Fox hitting a truck and getting taken out by multiple blues, POW, and then just a really poorly timed shock leads to them only getting like a neutral race instead of a big winning race.
That almost looked like a US North shock, I'm not gonna lie. That was like pretty impactful for US North there. That's literally like a 20, maybe 30-point swing. Like, that shock right there is literally a 30-point swing. So instead of being up 20, they're down 9. So oh, and it looks like Fox actually got trolled. So if Fox didn't hit the car, okay, I was gonna say Fox hitting the car in first, a little bit uncharacteristic of him. So it looks like it's a -20. So okay, I guess if there's any consolation, you're gonna take that. A -20 is pretty big. So
yeah, maybe a little too quick to jump on it being a mistake there, although I wasn't really able to see Kaizo there. But yeah, a little wheelie bump into the truck. So that's going to swing Scandinavia right back into the lead, despite that race maybe not going the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, because I honestly didn't even believe what I was seeing there for a second. I feel like I don't know if I've ever seen Fox do that, like, in the last 5 years. So but yeah, definitely not what you want to see with that shock. Hopefully Scandinavia can just shrug it off and move on. But we do see Summit coming out here. And this war could be looking completely different if Scandinavia got a top spot. They could be playing like GV right now or something. But Mura just going to try and hold it down first.
Yeah, Barney able to pull triple reds. He can definitely do some damage with these. As we see on our other POV, Frozen has a TC in 7th, and I don't think he's going to be able to pass it, so he's going to be stuck in the back.
Yeah, Barney accidentally reading Fox there. Not much you can do, though, especially with the TC. Barney's got to be careful for these reds, for Brody's reds here. Goes inside them. Actually,
wow.
Played. Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly able to survive that.
Just needs to survive one more. Brody's pretty slippery, but I don't know if he has any more. Yeah, it looks like he lost it to the Shy Guy.
Has the blue. Frozen's holding it in 6th.
We're going to see a Scandinavia shock here. We're going to be dodging into top 2 with triple shrooms in first. Actually, I think a quad dodge from Scandinavia. Wow. Sorry, a triple dodge.
Yeah, early shock.
Cannon, and then Sharon
Barney taking up trip shrooms, and then Frozen losing the blue as a result. Does pull a POW, but Barney smart to just avoid it by taking single there.
Yeah, I feel like that POW was kind of poorly timed, to be honest. But either way, good play from Barney. Barney's been able to hold these two troops at first, and I think Sharon got hit out, so it's just top 2 right now. But top 2 is still really good, so.
Yeah, and this first is going to be pretty much untouchable for North.
Yeah, unless they get a target POW, Barney's probably not even going to go for double in first, and he's going to be able to shroom to get a little bit further ahead, but we do see a shot come out.
See if Brody can maybe do some damage off the back of that.
Yeah, I thought Brody dodged there, but maybe not.
Yeah, it looked like he came up quick.
He's going to fall off. Oh, he's chilling. It's very, like, screamer green there on the double there. But I think it's might still be top 2.
Wants to play that really safe. I don't hate that.
Yeah, he knows he's not going to
2-3,
lose.
maybe 1-4-5 for Scandinavia. Look like a close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2-3-6-7 for US.
I think US got bottom 2 actually, so it's 1-4-5-6
okay.
for Scandinavia there. And honestly, not bad considering that lap 3 shock there. Scandinavia were pretty much forced to use a shock lap 2. US North were top 2 break, and they needed to catch up. I would make that play every single time, honestly. I think you need to gamble that the lap 3 shock doesn't completely destroy you, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I mean, it just looked like North was in the driving seat, with Frozen holding blue and 6, as well as a pretty good top 2. But Scandinavia pulling an early shock and doing cannon lap 2, getting them into a 1-4-5-6, yeah.
Yeah, 1-4-5-6.
So
and honestly, yeah, good awareness from Scandinavia just to call that shock early, you know? I wonder if that's like a Sharon difference, you know? Like once Sharon subs into the war, we see these more like dynamic, like not afraid to pull the trigger shocks, you know? Like these early ones. So I wonder if Scandinavia were in 10th, that's why they weren't afraid to use another one, and then maybe in a US North shock in 9, or maybe Scandinavia are just willing to chance it. Either way, well played from them, and they're up 18 now. So both of these wars now, we've seen an early lead from Scandinavia, which I honestly wouldn't have expected personally, but I think that might be attributed to that -20 on MH. So
yeah, winning by just about what that penalty's worth, but can't really discount it. Fox got taken out of first, so definitely was
massive,
pretty big swing. Yeah,
very impactful. Yeah, even though Fox was still able to get
inside. Yeah, he was able to catch up towards the end. We see a Scandinavia track pick, 1-4-5-6 RBC, pretty standard stuff here. Sharon was able to Brody actually drafting up into first. And
massive bomb.
Huge bomb taking out, is that 3 of Scandinavia? Yeah, wow.
I think that was a Frozen bomb.
On in bottom 3. Yeah, I would be able to answer that question, but unfortunately Nad playing on Frozen stream, so we don't know 100% if that was his. Frozen pulling a Mega here. Here he is. He's going to go to work here.
Yeah, and this is not what you want to see if you're Scandinavia. It looks like Pamela and Sharon were able to sneak past him though, so but the TC is not what you want to see. Fox holding down second at the moment, so looks like US North are 1-3-4-5. Pam, good reaction time, using his Mega there in time not to get green. And they use an early shock again. And he fell off! He fell off after dodging! Pam falling off to the right of the track there. I can't even believe it.
That's a critical mistake there.
Just like drifting the wrong way off the track, I think? I'm not too sure. But
yeah,
2-4 for Scandinavia right now.
4 instead of probably 1-3-5.
Yeah, and I think Barney might get ready here. I don't think he's going to break it.
No, yeah. The Fresh is taken out, so we're going to have a 1v1 going on a little bit space from the pack.
Yeah, Brody actually nanoed Fox there in second. So Brody is kind of breaking right now. Looks like Fox was able to hit out Mara though. So we might see Scandinavia chain for a blue here. Maybe Brody's a little bit far ahead. We could see another shot. 2 people getting hit actually. And Scandinavia are bad spots, but we do see on the other POV, Frozen is holding blue, and US North are in top 2 at the moment. So we might need to see another Scandinavia shock here.
Yeah, and Barney in 5th on our other paw, if we can switch back, pulls a Mega, so if they do have shock, this could be the turning point they need to break into that US top spots. Although Sharon is able to take out Fresh, so that's a 2-3-4 for Scandinavia.
Fresh playing a little bit risky there and backing his only protection just to get redded out instantly. Honestly, not something I would expect from Fresh. And
yeah, and now he's getting TC'd in 8th on our other pod, so
yeah,
gonna be a huge swing for him there.
Oh, the Fib gets two of
Scandinavia. Barney's gonna dodge up.
Yeah, and a red is
able to chain a red. Oh, Brody's able to swerve.
But it doesn't matter.
But Fox is able to take him out anyways. Still top 2 for Scandinavia.
Yeah. Either way, massive play there from Brody. Fresh did dodge in a star and ended up chaining triple shrooms for golden, it looks like. So they're going to be fighting for second here. But I think Barney's going to be able to hold him off.
Yeah, and pretty... Did he push Fox?
He pushed Fox out of the rail. So it's a 1-3.
Wow.
And I would just like to see Fox play a little bit safer there. Like,
yeah, I don't know if he got.
He doesn't even need to wheelie, right?
Or because he did not need to.
Definitely wheelie bumped. Definitely wheelie bumped. Yeah, I don't know. Barney's forced to go for rail there. Maybe he was so focused on the driving aspect he wasn't able to calm out that he was taking it. So Fox, you know, didn't know or something. But
if I'm Brody, I'm pretty sick after that race. He did really well to land the fib on 2 of Scandinavia, the Nana, and the swerve to get Barney redded by himself, but it just didn't matter.
I think it was a timed green and a fib, so I think he hit him with 2 separate items there, and then Brody swerving and breaking the red on Barney's face, and honestly, just like that could have been a massive play there. If Fox didn't get a red there, Barney I mean, I guess it didn't matter because US North ended up getting second anyways.
Didn't end up mattering there.
Yeah. But either way, really well played there from Brody, to be completely honest. And although that race could have been a little bit better, it's still a winning race for Scandinavia. But you would expect on their track pick plus 2 shocks, they would do a little bit better than a +3.
Yeah, I wonder how much of a difference it would have made had they not both been taken out by Brody right before the bridge. They would have been able to get shocked in a set and maybe potentially come away with a little bit of a stronger race there.
Yeah, and all these little points add up. We know that after last war was like they won by like 18 or something, I believe. Like all these points could matter at the very end. You know, you want to give yourself the biggest chance of winning. But we do see Maple Treeway coming out and Barney and Fox starting in 1-3. It'll be interesting to see if Fox hops into the cut or not, because last time we played this, Fox just ran from first and honestly broke away. But Barney is just as good. Barney can definitely hold down first here. We'll have to see. Looks like
we saw Mura hop in a cut, but I think it's just him. Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Fox getting triple greens, which is honestly the perfect pull. Triple greens and a triple nanas in top 2, which are the 2 best items you can get. Fox kind of getting hit out there, though. We did see a bomb up, but maybe just made him fail or something.
Yeah, at first...
It's like a top 2-4 for Scandinavia right now.
3-5 for US. Frozen opting to chain. Pulls a blueprint. Not going to really help him touch that top 2.
Yeah.
And Pam coming up, that's going to be a top 3.
Yeah, this is a super close pack. It felt like a 3-second gap from first to last. And good Nana's gonna make Frozen lose about a second there. So Brody probably not shrooming up, honestly. I thought I would have seen Brody shroom up. And all these backs are landing, and maybe
you're not
here?
panicking. You're still in striking range, but you know, if they continue to land these backs, it's gonna become desperation mode.
Yeah, and I think North are almost forced to cycle for a blue or something at this point. And honestly, maybe they just need the shock at this point. Maybe a POW. We could see a POW on the branch lap 3 or something. But they're running out of time. There's only a lap left, and Scandinavia are top 3. And with the top 2 break, to be honest, and it's Fox and Barney. And those are the 2 fastest drivers in this room right now. So
yeah, we
hitting our own backs in first. But I don't think it matters. Only a minor time loss there. And still a top 3 break for Scandinavia. We see Frozen taking the cut here, hoping to probably get like a blue or a POW or something. No shock, so...
Yeah, they would have had to shock there, so that either Scandinavia has or it's shockless. I presume it's shockless. Frozen failing, though.
Yeah, trying to muscle out there. Put himself in a really tough spot, to be honest.
definitely needed to try something, but that's pretty much just gonna cement like a
I think
top.
he bumped Pam off as well, though, when he did that. So Pam's dead as well.
Yeah, he
It's
did.
just the top 2. And Fresh ended up dodging, it looks like, and cheating a red. So if he has more, he might be able to hit Barney here. But Fox is dead. Fox is at least in 4th, maybe even worse at this point. So looks like it's just going to be first. 1-4 for Scandinavia.
4.
And if you're US North, I guess you take that, considering Scandinavia were top 3 all race, but you're also hoping to pull shock even just like 20 seconds earlier. If they're able to cannon dodge, that could be massive instead of a late one-person dodging, you know? They were only
Yeah,
able to kill Fox, so
it's still a pretty huge salvage. Frozen being able to take out Pam on the branch there, even though it cost him his own race, that was like
a
the
beneficial
difference
trade.
between. Yeah, it was a huge trade. Pushed Pam from 3rd all the way back to 8th. So
I don't think he meant
I
to do
think-
that, but you'll definitely take that result if you're following
yeah,
off.
USA will take that. We'll take that race for sure, given the circumstances. Yeah, a little unfortunate pulling shock there a little bit late before they're able to do a cannon shock, but still able to get the most out of it.
Yeah, and Barney just too quick. Even though US North did dodge, they weren't able to catch Barney, and Barney was driving really well. We were able to see it all race long on the other POV. So, I mean that could be the difference, right? If Barney is failing in first and not driving well, maybe that red catches him, and it's a top 2 for US North. But Barney and Fox are exactly the 2 players you want in top 2. So maybe we saw some schlagging from Sharon in the back of the pack or something, because I don't see why Scandinavia would be so far ahead without some help, you know. So maybe Sharon doing his part in the back, I wasn't able to see, but
Yeah, it was tough to say. It's like North gonna go for Parkway for 2-3. We saw them pick this last war, but not gonna pan out in their favor. Another KC.
yeah, I mean Koopa Keep is even could be argued that it's a 2-3 track as well, to be honest. So
Yeah, this one will come down definitely to the first set. You're obviously going to see a lot of runners sitting here, so depending on how the interactions play out, you could see pretty varied spots going into the pipe on lap 1.
for sure. And Fib is honestly the worst item you can pull in first. You're not able to dodge any reds coming your way, and you're not able to take the Shroomba, but he was able to still hold first. And it looks like Sharon is goldening up as well, so it's going to be a top 2 for Scandinavia early on. But but Brody actually shrimming in the first there, so
Frozen holding a Mega. This is a good item to have here. We'll see
yeah,
if
one of the baggers just lost
Brody
spells,
can get a
so.
star. Yeah. Maybe we can switch over to Barney. We did see a POW come out on Brody in first, losing a little bit of time.
Yeah, Barney losing
As
more
Frozen
time than
chains his
anything
Mega
else.
to catch up. Yeah.
Top. Is it 2-3-4 right
I think
now?
it's
Yeah,
2-3-4. Yeah, I didn't see who slipped in first.
Pam was able to get into first, but I think Pam got sniped by Brody there. So it's actually 1-3 for US North here. Barney trying to red Mura. He knows Mura's going to be golding up, but he wasn't able to connect. And Mura's able to sneak into first because of that. Looks like Sharon's pretty close behind him though, but I think it's still a top 2 for US North, or at least a 1-3. Looks like it's a 1-3.
Yeah, still a really close pack for KC on lap 2. Could really see anything happen here depending on shock. Blue,
Yeah.
well as this last 2 sets are going to be really important.
Yeah, this 6th place box could be massive. If it's a blue, golden is huge. If there's no
Yeah,
shock, golden is
he's
huge.
going to be able to probably catch up to first.
We might see a shock here though, if Fox isn't a star. Yeah, it
Bottom
looks like
three
US
for
North slowed
Scandinavia.
down. Frozen's slowing down to predict the shock there, but they didn't end up using it, which I think is the right play. A little bit out of control there, but it
Not
looks
going
like
to be the best golden. It's going to... Yeah, he's going to be stuck in 4th. USA top 3.
yeah,
Triple Shrooms might let him break into 2nd or 4th, but... No, we see Frozen dodge an 8th on our other POV.
yeah, definitely a Scandinavia shock there, but I think Pam got hit after dodging, so he's not even gonna be able to catch up. It might be top 4 for US North, unless Barney gets
Yeah,
shrooms
depends
here.
on Barney
Mega's
gets a
huge.
Mega that should get him to 2nd.
Could maybe Megan as well. He's gonna
See,
try, but
not really trying too hard to hit them out.
I don't blame him too much there because if he doesn't and they pass him, like, that's a top 3 for North. Scandinavia are kind of forced to use that shock there, even though they're going to be dodging Frozen. They need to use it when uh, North is top 3. So
Yeah, Frozen doing the right thing there, sitting to 8 that race, allowing him to pull a star and mitigate a lot of the damage that shot could have done. So it was well played from him.
yes, and splitting the pack as well when your team is top 3 is just massive
Yes,
because
yeah.
they weren't able to get those bottom spot boxes. So
It's a 1-3-4-7. That's gonna cut this lead probably about in half. Yeah, as we see, they're only down, I think, 7.
yeah, I think you're right. But we'll have to see what track pick comes out here. We might see like a I don't think we haven't played we're 1-3-4, maybe like a I don't even know. Like a mountain maybe with Mura up there? It's possible.
Yeah, Mountain. We haven't seen. It's
I can't imagine they'd
interesting.
pick BC3 for 1-3-4.
No, we haven't seen it this war, but
Maybe
I feel like
BC3.
1-3-4 is a little strong. Probably want to save that. Yeah, we see BCWE. Makes sense. Yeah, we know this team is trying to play this track, obviously with Mura giving them a pretty significant advantage on it.
Yeah, I mean, Mura is the best BCW player in the world at the moment, so there's not really like if you don't get him out there, like you're pretty much lost the race, but it doesn't matter because Delfino Square does get picked. So hopefully we see a little bit better of a race than last time, other than like a 10-second pack split and then a shot that
Yeah.
doesn't even impact the race at all. Barney trying to deny the draft there and get one himself, and he does. Really well played, actually. He's gonna get into first here.
Yeah, it looks like
Second
they're going to be
actually.
battling it out. I think he rightfully concedes, knowing that Mura was definitely ahead on the screen.
Yeah, and he has to play safe here.
Mm.
Mura's trying to fib him, but wasn't able to.
Yeah, good recognition, good play there to go wide on the dock.
Yeah, very well played. And we did see Fox actually just fell off on the double somehow. So I don't really know exactly what just happened to him, but looks like Sharon is in first. Or Frozen. It's really
Yeah,
close here at
Frozen's
the top,
taking the
though.
first after double, but it's very close, and I think that's either Sharon draft or Shurum. Probably.
Maybe he was North have blue? I don't know why he would just let him draft like that.
Yeah, he
That
let
seems
him-
really silly. Like,
He didn't really try to avoid it, interestingly enough. And now he has to slow
Yeah,
down for
we do see
Yeah,
the
there's the blue. Well played from Sharon, though. He's able to get Frozen taken out and comboed by Barney.
yeah, very, very well played from Sharon there, but it looks like US North are still most of the top spots. This Mega could be massive. Shout out Brody for removing that Nana. I think that would have given Barney some trouble there.
Yeah, Golden
And-
for Frozen, trimming up on another POV, gets him to third, so it's going to be a top 3, although Frozen is itemless.
Yeah, Bagger Battle is really close right now. I think Fresh is gone in last right now, actually. I think he's... Oh, no, sorry, it's not Fresh. I think it's Sharon.
Yeah, and we just saw one of the baggers fall off. Not sure if they're just in a chaining situation. But
Yeah, I
this
know that
Mega
Kaizo is
really
intense,
looks
so...
maker. Yeah.
Barney's pretty much forced to hold this stuff. He can't really do anything else. Just gotta be careful to not hit any backs.
Yep, there's the
Roy
shock,
pulled it.
shock coming out.
TSing Mura off in first, and Brody's not going to be able to take the dock. I would imagine one or two more of Scandinavia dodged as well. We should see them coming out of the cut here. Looks like it's a top 2, at least. Or 1-3-4 for
1-3-4.
Scandinavia.
And we're not going to be able to see what's happening in the back, but a little bit of
Yeah.
time delay there.
Pack
Sure
is
what
so split,
happens.
it's probably just going to be a 1-3-4 here. Unless Sharon... No,
Yeah,
Sharon has
Frozen,
fun.
he at least muscles and holds a second, so.
Fox getting killed there on the line, though. I think Fox got like 6th instead of 4th. I don't know what just happened to him. Like,
I think the red that Frozen backed for Sharon ended up timing and hitting Fox right as he rounded that corner. I had to look
yeah,
back, so
I
that'll
think
be
you
a
might be right.
decent swing for North.
Yeah, and I mean, just playing a little bit. I
Oh
mean,
no, still Brody and Mura still getting bottom 2, so maybe fresh beat. Don't know if that really
Yeah.
impacted the race, but
That
yeah,
that
no, it was a
shock is super impactful though, because Brody and Mura were in top 2 before that shock, and they got dead 8, like dead bottom 2. Like they were not even close to beating anybody there. So
yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but that's Barney on 90 points after 8 races. So
yeah, he just got
definitely showing the running
57 that
prowess there.
GP.
That's
Like
that's a ridiculous amount of points to be on in such a highly competitive match.
but it looks like someone actually DC'd out of the room, so it's gonna be a reset here. Um, but yeah, Barney just owning this war. I said before match 1 that Barney's gonna be the one to look out for with the high points. Didn't happen match 1, but he was already on more points after 7 races in this war than he was on 12 after last war. So I think we're gonna
Yeah,
take
maybe a little bit of him recognizing that he needs to get it done after that
yeah, I mean
first match.
Barney had some massive plays in the first match, but now he's having massive plays and getting first. So that's
Yeah.
a big difference. I think we're gonna take a short break while this room fills up. So stay tuned, but we'll be right back.
I have all their secrets. People have a right to know the truth.
From Steven Spielberg.
That truth will upend all established order across the entire world.
They're coming. You don't need to fear them.
I fear us.
I can see it. Disclosure Day. Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
Stop rolling. Stop rolling.
We good? All right. All right, we're back. Looks like Scandinavia claimed spots there when they reopened the room, so we're gonna see what track they come out with here, but carrying a little momentum into what's gonna be this last GP. We'll see what they can do here. Yeah, and we see North picking Derby, and then Mountain coming out for Scandinavia.
Yeah, Scandinavia definitely going to be trying to keep some of that momentum before the reset, because they're up about 18 points at the moment, so, or exactly 18 points. So a winning race here could be massive for them. It could put them almost like more than a one race war. So
Yeah, and they get their Mountain track pick. This could be huge.
yeah,
Really
definitely
tough
what you want
track to break up top spots on. We'll have to see what North can do. Pretty much just having second, I think.
Yeah, Barney not able to get a box though, but
Pushed out by Brody. Although Brody is taken out, so that's 2, 3, 4 as Frozen slips in a first.
yeah, I think so. Good evasion from
Yeah, it was
from
smart.
Barney there, going wide. It was very well played. Looks like Frozen actually.
Battling and gets forced by Fox.
Yeah, I mean you do not want Fox behind you on this track. He's very fast, and if we could see a green here from Barney, it could be a top 3. Not
Yeah, I'll
able to
tell
connect,
you,
though.
you don't want Fox behind you on this track, but you definitely don't want him in front of you on this track. If he's running this in first, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, doesn't look like we see a Bill. So Scandinavia are going to keep their top 2. Pam just trying to do a little bit of schlag work here in second, just trying to keep Frozen at bay, give Fox a little bit of a breakaway, and it's top 2-4 for Scandinavia at the moment.
Yeah, I would have to assume that US are already chaining for Shock pretty aggressively.
And I would assume
Like, somehow avoiding all that. Nope, he's taken out.
I don't. There's no way they just used a POW there. I think. Yeah, I would imagine that that North would have held the POW to target POW them on the cut, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, see, I mean, I would have imagined like both teams holding that POW to try and do something at the cut. Seems weird to me. But Frozen does have blue on our other cause, which will help break this up. And you see him throw it into cannon.
Barney using a star, maybe indication that North have it. They can't use it though because the blue is in the air right now. So, but it looks like neither of the baggers have it. Both of the baggers are still sitting. Yeah, it's Shock.
So that's just 3-4 for US. See how much this blue shakes things up.
Should still be 1-3 for Scandinavia. Maybe Fox can push Mura off or something like that. Both of our POVs are pretty much dead at the moment, so.
Yeah, POW coming out
actually getting them
he
off in
had
first.
Barney. 1-4-5?
I think it's a 1-4-5. POW actually getting Pam off in first place there, I think.
Oh, it's Barney. I think taking Brody out on the line. There's a lot going on there that we didn't get to see.
Yeah, our POVs were so far back. They're just schlagging and keeping control of the back of the pack. So we're able to see too much, but pretty standard race on DK Mountain. Shock doesn't always get pulled on that track. It is sitting at that set. It's similar to Rainbow Road bagging, not as brutal though. Fox getting blued and still getting first though, so well played from him. Maybe one of US North got target powed as well, but I think it was a net trade because Pam got powed off in first. But either way, 1-4-5-6 for Scandinavia. So
yeah, North in a little bit of trouble here with just 3 races to erase this like 25 plus point deficit. So
yeah, that's a lot of points. They're gonna have to pick maybe like a Grumble Volcano here or something like that. We did see that they had a great Grumble Volcano race in the last war. Maybe they're feeling confident to run it back again. Maybe like an RSL or something as well, because they are starting 2-3. Either way, I think US North needs to get the Shock in this next race, and I think they need they need a winning race for sure. Like that's not in the question. They definitely need a winning race here, but more importantly, I think they need a track pick, to be honest. I think if it picks TF and it spirals out of control here, I don't know if they're gonna be able to catch back up. So
yeah, sure be a smart pick, like you said. TF's gonna be a lot of trouble if it picks that. Nope. This is little bit of a sigh of relief there from US North, I'm sure.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, that's just the first bullet, though. They still have 5 more coming towards them. They need a shock at the bare minimum here. Maybe we could see like a frozen pack split and maybe like an early golden up. I think that's pretty likely here, unless Barney
these
hard sits
bottom
here, maybe.
2 spots for North, whatever they pull is going to be huge.
Options to
The
make it
Mega
early.
is a good pull.
Definitely a good play to use it early there. Did not want to get backed by Fresh. Wasn't able to hit Fresh though, and Brody's able to swoop with the first. Fox hitting the Penguin, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be
so it's
top
gonna
2
be
for US North.
really top 2. See, Barney unable to get a box. It's a scary draft.
Good
Somehow
draft. That was well played.
survives. Wow,
That's really well played. Sneaking past Frozen there.
that's a good POW if that's a North POW.
Yeah,
preventing
I
Barney
would've-
from getting a box and just cementing Brody's first.
Yeah, maybe just using it so none of Scandinavia can shroom up, but it looks like Pam was able to golden up anyways. Roy looks like he's in 10th, but I think Kaiser might already have the shock, so...
Yeah, this POW from... There's an opposite use it early. We see blue coming out. Looks like it takes out Brody and Barney.
Yeah, he's able to catch him in the blue. Good pal from Frozen there. He just wanted to make sure that Barney had no control over his bike and couldn't dodge the blue. So good awareness there, but Pam is able to run in first here, maybe indicating that North have the shock because Roy is running in front of the pack right now. So Frozen hitting the
Frozen.
Penguin though.
Yeah, it's gonna cement Pam's lead.
Yeah, unless one of US North dodge or there's a blue, they're not gonna be able to catch him now. Maybe a shock red though.
Okay. Yeah, Barney dropping a red, or a star, sorry, to that shock. So,
Top,
and Murrah dodging off. It's gonna be top 2-4.
yeah, maybe even top 3. Looks like Barney's gonna be golding up here. Sharon getting a TC is not what you want to see. Gives it to Frozen though, so Frozen's actually dead. 3-4-5 for Scandinavia right now.
Yeah, and POW coming out, probably trying to 2-POW first.
I think they were just trying to get themselves into the set there.
Yeah.
I don't think they kind of need items. I don't think
Looks
they're
like
gonna
it's
target
just not
Hamura.
gonna matter. They're definitely not touching
Yeah.
the top, US top 2.
Scandinavia got a TC in 5th though,
3,
so
4, 5.
2, 4, 5,
Yeah,
8.
3, 4, 5, 8. Fine when you have the lead, but you know, North crawling back into this one a little bit.
Yeah, I think Fox got a TC there in 5th, so he ended up getting last off of it. Unless it was Sharon and Sharon's found a star. I wasn't too sure. I know Sharon did use a star, but I'm not sure if he was the one that got the TC or not. I wasn't paying too much attention to that. But massive shock for Kaizo there. Ended up getting it pretty early there. Frozen kind of getting rolled there by Sharon. Sharon passed him the TC and kind of just took Frozen completely out of the race. They were top 2-4 before that, so a little bit of damage control from Scandinavia. Pretty well played considering I don't think they were given too much. A little bit interesting with these pals. I think we've seen like 3 out of the last 4 pals in this war haven't like target powed anybody. They're just kind of used on like straightaways, which
Definitely
is honestly surprising.
unorthodox. A little more too on Mountain. Like you really don't often see POWs getting used not at the cut.
Yeah, I was incredibly surprised to see them just use it out of cannon. I feel like that's pretty wild. Maybe they were just trying to cycle for blue, which is totally possible. But I feel like POW is just as good on Mountain. So
yeah, North trying to get their BCWE out.
yeah, and I don't blame them. I would be picking the same thing if Murrah was on my team. One
Yeah,
thing
at
to
this
note
point
is
in the war, you only have 2 races left, so you really want to try and get that track, and they do.
yeah, if they can hit Murrah out though, and maybe Fox can make glitch. Fox is a really good glitch taker, so maybe this race could be completely different from the last one we saw. But it's gonna be an uphill climb for Scandinavia here.
Definitely. Yeah, these first few turns are going to be critical. We'll see how North decides to play their backs. Bomb from Barney is a good pull. Looks like it takes out Ham and Fresh.
But it's still top 2 for US North. 3 of Scandinavia getting hit there. So Fox actually getting into first and killing all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see him off to block the glitch here.
Definitely, yeah. There's no way they're just gonna let Murrah take it. Massive play from Fox. 1-3 for Scandinavia. 1-3-5. It did not look like that 20 seconds ago. 1-3-4-5.
Not at all. Sharon streaming up. This is a... Well, Brody comes back up.
Green's Brody off,
That's
though.
Green, though.
And this is a completely different race than the last time they played this. Scandinavia are like pretty much in control of this race right now. They're just gonna try and double block the glitch. So
Yeah,
Mura
putting the work.
can't take it.
Really good item usage on that one. And we see Mura also getting hit out, so that's gonna be a top 3. They're gonna have great control over blocking the glitch here.
Yeah, and definitely a shockless race as of now. Maybe Scandinavia even have it, considering we do see a Bill and a Star getting used from US North and no shot coming out. So I think Roy pulled it in 9th, if I had to guess.
Yeah, it looks like Fresh is kind of all alone here. I believe, yeah. Does well to handle the foul, yeah.
But both Mura, I mean, just Mura, honestly, is just going to be cycling for a blue here. That's kind of all they need right now. There's no other way to catch them. Maybe we might see a Fresh unblock the glitch so Mura can take it. We might see a Scandinavia shock as well. I don't know. Brody's probably holding.
Yeah, if they have shock, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to cover the glitch and just guarantee that Mura can't catch back up. You see Brody and a Star dodging in 7th and Barney's TS.
That had to have been a Scandinavia shock, though, right? Because Roy was sitting after the ramp, so definitely
A little weird. Barney on our other paw made the glitch.
I think it's too far
Unfortunately,
back,
not
though.
going
I
to
don't
do,
know
but
if
yeah,
it
he's a little
matters.
too far back. It's not going to change anything.
Either way, Scandinavia are getting top 2, and there's only 1 race left. So they're going to be down
Okay.
almost like 20 points or more. Like,
Fortunately, they got all the mids, so not completely out of reach, but North is going to need like a top 3 plus race here.
yeah, I mean, well played from Fox lap 1. I think he 1v4'd them at the front, or 1v3'd them at the front of the pack, passing up Mura, Brody, and Frozen, I think? Passing up all 3 of them.
Would have been nice to see what items he used there to get into first, but unfortunately not able to. Some combination of shrooms and...
I'd have to guess either triple shrooms or gold and just bumping them out, maybe bumping them into the wall. It looked like 2 of them did get bumped, so... But...
Yeah, more than likely, probably like a mid-high spot triple shroom pull. Which is exactly what you want there when the other team's starting in top 2.
Yeah, and North are almost out of it. They have 1 race left. They're down 19, it looks like. It's going to be... Bagger points could be a little bit off. I'm not too sure. But either way, they're going to need a top 2-4 at like bare minimum. Top 2-4-5 even. They need a massive race here. And it looks like they're betting it all on DKJP.
Okay, yeah, plus 19 verified by someone.
There we go. Shout out someone.
Yeah, bag points are right. Okay, this is correct.
It does pick DKJP. It's gonna be interesting to see, because last time, although Scandinavia did get the shock, US North still got like a pretty demanding winning race there. But
yeah, we have a really not so well timed to add on Frozen's POV, unfortunately, for us going into race 12. So it's like we're gonna be stuck with Barney for a little bit.
yeah, Barney's in the mid pack though, so it's not like he's gone in last. Mura, on the other hand, seems to be in the back, just trying to disallow Scandinavia from getting those 8th place boxes. He doesn't want them to get dodges.
Isn't North slipping in a top spots?
I think so.
Yeah,
Fresh is
too.
first.
And Brody getting the stop mega.
Only able to get 1 of them, but still not a bad play. Bottom 2 for Scandinavia. 5 bottom 2 actually. Looks like Fox is dead too.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pay attention to who's in 10th here. Looks like that's Kaizo in 10th.
Barney's
Controlled
struggling
bagging
right now.
battle.
Looks like that there might have been a blue or something. Top 2 just got hit. Yeah, looks like there's a blue in the cannon.
Shock coming out. We see Frozen and Barney dodging a cannon. Alright,
I would
Frozen.
have to assume that's a North Shock, right? Yeah, definitely a North Shock.
Yeah, I think they got... That was Mura, though, that they shocked out of the cannon, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think though if you're US North, you want someone in the back. Like you
Yeah,
want Mura back
definitely.
there when you're top 3. Bomb coming up.
Anything can happen? No. Misses and slows Frozen down, but gets the trail off.
Yeah, well played from Frozen, avoiding the bomb and greening Barney. Kind of killing him there.
It looks like
Pam Mega'd.
Got Mega'd, yeah. I assume that was Scandanavia coming up in a Mega and just a little bit of team kill?
North
that-
goldening up and then getting frame 1 blue. So it's the top 3-5 for North at the moment. And they just
coming out.
dodged top 3. Yeah.
Yeah, Sharon dodging in a star, they're gonna have to make it this top 3. I think like a top 3-7 would be enough for them to swing the outcome of this war.
Yeah, and they are in those spots right now. Frozen getting back,
Frozen
though.
gets hits out.
I actually think that's good for them. I think that's good.
Yeah, they need him not to get last though. I don't think these shrooms are gonna be enough for Barney to maybe catch this top 3. We'll see.
Fox
It looks like
goldening
Fox
as well.
goldening.
Not
No, it's
matter,
gonna be
though.
a North top 3. It depends on what Frozen gets. But he gets 7th, I think.
Frozen. Yeah, Frozen
Pam
gets 7th.
failed. It might come down to the bagger
Yeah.
point. We
Pam
could see an
hitting-
overtime here. I don't know.
Pam hitting the tree on the line. And I think North ended up winning off of that. Spoiler alert, guys.
Wild ending.
Scandinavia winning by 2 points.
Wow.
357 to
Oh, Fox slipped in
355.
a third. That was the difference there. Fox barely
Fox
edging out
clutching
Fresh.
third. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a
If-
4-point swing there. If he got 4th, they would have lost.
If Fox gets 4th instead of 3rd, Scandinavia are out of the World Cup, but they force a match 3 by the skin of their teeth. 2 points. 2 points.
Just a ridiculous ending. Oh my. Yeah, Fox won that race, by the way, for the viewers, by about 200 milliseconds. So really close finish there. He must have been sweating and, hustling up as much as he could.
Yeah, and we were just saying, like these races and these wars are decided by the thinnest of margins, and 200 milliseconds is the difference between Scandinavia getting eliminated or them continuing their World Cup. So it's gonna be a match 3. Honestly, incredible that they forced that, but I can't believe how well US North played that race as well. I mean, it just came down to Fox goldening up on the line. So
Quite an eventful ending, with Scandinavia somehow just barely holding on there. Although North did a pretty good job doing everything they could to win that race. Just wasn't enough.
yeah, very well played from Scandinavia. Well played from US North as well. Mura actually getting 117, almost 120ing. Barney was on 90 after 8 as well, making it really hard for North to come back, and they just barely held them off. So
Yeah, I think we could probably head into a short break here while the players get organized in room, but excited for this match 3, a lot closer than both me and Zilla had predicted, so
yeah,
could be
I
in for
said
a big upset here.
I said I was surprised if Scandinavia could win one match, and they've almost won both of them. They almost 2-0'd, to be honest. So yeah, anyways, guys, stay tuned. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in just a little bit, but stay tuned for match 3.
All right, jumping into match 3 here. We're gonna have to have a little bit of a caster switch with Torp coming in. Unfortunately, Zilla has to go to work, but should be a pretty good match, all things considered, especially how close contested those first 2 were. Welcome, Torp.
Oh, hey. We got quite a match on our hands.
Yeah, you missed a pretty good action coming down to the wire there on race 12 with
Oh,
Scandinavia
I didn't
winning
miss it.
match 2.
I was glued to the edge of my seat,
Yeah, there you go. As you should have been.
rooting for the. Well, I was rooting for the USA as a spectator, but now as a commentator, I'm sure I will be bipartisan and completely neutral. As we
Totally
move
neutral.
to
Yes.
Match 3. Hello, everyone, by the way.
See Sherby coming out for evens for Scandinavia, and Barney's slipping in at first pretty early, but should be Fresh and Murrah both streaming up.
Good
Frozen
start
takes
here
out
for
Fox,
US.
yeah.
I was thinking before, it would kind of be insane to see the US North team exit in this round of 8, but at the same time, with how stacked the Scandinavia team is too, I mean, just either way, it's going to be a heartbreaker.
Yes, we spoke about like Scandinavia being a pretty high seed and definitely underperforming in the group stage. So this is like not a match you would have expected to see this early on in the World Cup bracket. Probably more of like a semi-final or even final match. And the players are certainly treating it like that.
I mean, yeah, you got to do whatever it takes. Murray's got a nice lead right now.
With a big break, both our paws kind of in the back. You see Barney pulling blue, that could be a huge swing for Scandinavia, and Frozen gets hit out on our other POV.
Yeah, that's a US shock, I believe. I think I just saw Roy jump off. Yeah.
Yeah, there's
gonna come.
able to hit out Barney.
Yeah, early one, so definitely Ethan Dawn in 10th. We're going to look to play a double shock race. Murrah's still in first, even after the blue. They might have canceled it. We'll see if that pays off. I feel like the last time I commentated US North, they did a lot of that two-shock, strategy kind of thing, and it didn't pan out for them very often. We'll see if it goes different this time around.
Yeah, we saw some interesting early shock / two-shock races in the first 2 matches for sure. Although Roy was doing a pretty good job in the bagging battle, so
I think Brody just threw blue,
indicator here.
And then whoever it was dodged it. So I think US have lost their foothold in this race, unless that was
like
fresh.
Brody and Mega dodges again. Second shot coming
There's
out.
Frozen
and
dodges
Frozen
too.
dodging in Mega.
Right, this item's
We're able to hit
big
out Pam
here.
here.
He's gonna go for the hit if Claw's a fib. No.
Able to hit
Oh,
him
it gets him
off.
from the
It'd be a
side.
Huge race.
That is brutal. It's all USA race 1.
Oh,
Top
wow.
4, I think.
Yeah, looking like a top 4. Big swing.
I guess that's why you go for the double shock.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, using that early shock, panning out just as well as it could have for US North there. Like to see the aggression from them there for sure.
Yeah, a couple high rolls in the pack too. When you get megas in 4-5, especially on that track,
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
game kind of wins itself for you.
2 megas, Frozen chaining the red, although I'm not sure if Pam really would have survived, even if they weren't comboed, so. Just the dream start for USA here.
Yeah, how was match 1? Was it close? I wasn't there.
Yeah, pretty close. North jumped out to an early lead off the back of like a top 3 and a 1-3-4, and then Scandinavia kind of slowly crawled back in, but North took over towards the end. So I'd say both matches were pretty close and competitive, especially match 2. Scandinavia was leading like almost all of match 2, and then it just came down to the wire on a crazy parkway race. But yeah, these teams have been battling for each other. I think this might be the biggest lead that a team has had so far after just 1 race of match 3, I believe. I don't think anyone was up by more than 30 in the first 2 matches.
Good to know that I came in at a good time, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding.
TF, big chance now.
Yeah, this is
US.
huge for North. Gonna try and snowball into another big running race.
Barney gonna look to draft 4th place here. Tough spot. You see the swerve coming out. Brody's trying to make it as hard as possible.
Yeah, not gonna get it. And fresh pulling triple reds. That is just dream pull right there.
Yeah, especially on that straightaway. Let's see, did anyone make it up here for US? Claw's up there trying to do something. I think he got ahead. Yeah, he did. I think he had an
Austin was way in
extra.
it first. Well done.
And Frozen went tight there, skipping the box, so Claw's gonna be doing all right for now. But he's gonna have to be sharp here. Like if he misses the low or anything, he'll probably lose first. Yep, he's holding it down.
Frozen just opting to get rid of that trail. Safe
Oh
play.
yeah, tried to
Draft
muscle
just
too
wasn't
hard.
enough.
Yeah, the draft on the conveyor belt doesn't really work very well. So he just wasn't able to get enough of an edge. I think he got a little bit too aggressive.
Yeah, no, just caster's note, I think we forgot to mention this, but Ethan's back in, subbing into Kaizo for US on the backing battle, and looks like it panned out in the first race with 2 shocks, so we'll see if that ends up making a difference in these coming races.
Yeah, still 1-4. Not a whole lot of, movement in the pack right now. Fox joining the top kind of with the Bill.
Yeah, Bill coming out. Baggers have moved. Like, I think it's Roy that's off the track.
Yeah, Roy just jumped off. I wonder what's up with that early Bill usage. Maybe he was just falling behind? I don't know. Murray's going for the
Blue
shot. Big
coming out.
blue coming out.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a combo. Murray does have the shell. And I don't think Claw's close enough to the ramp. It's going to be a big
Frozen
combo.
combo. It's going to be a top 2. And look at TS coming out. We saw Barney get TS on the Shroomless in 3rd, and that's
Yeah, Brody dodged. They waited for their top 2 to take
wow,
time.
yeah.
And it's another
big
massive race.
You can tell Fresh slipped in
Holy.
5th or 4th there, but
Yeah, they're going to be up like 50
Already.
points now.
off and flying in this
Off the
match.
bat. We'll see how bad the damage was. But a very poor start for Scandinavia. They're seeing their chances of staying alive in the World Cup dwindle early on. Top 3, 5, 9.
And I mean, North already up by more than 50.
Yeah, USA been getting pretty fortunate. I gotta say, they pulled lap 3 blues the past 2 races, and the shocks. Hard to play around if you're Scandinavia, but they gotta find a way, There's an old saying, "You didn't come this far just to come this far," right? Go.
Yeah, exactly. We saw a lot of fight out of Scandinavia. They're in the same situation, although they're only down like 25 in the first match rather than 50, so we're definitely going to see them fighting, trying to claw their way back. It's just a matter of avoiding, a track pick could be really huge right there. Don't want to let this snowball into another big running track, BCWii being super strong for North.
Yeah, that's a track they will pick literally every single match for the rest of their time playing. No reason not to.
Yep.
All right, finally,
Fortunately, avoiding
Scandinavia
that.
can breathe here for a little bit.
See how this first set's treated. I'm sure North are going to have their top 2 off to run. You see, Sharon did draft up, so it's going to be crossing set in 2-3 here. Although Brody gets back and shoves Barney.
Yeah, solid start for US. A lot of schlagging and bagging gonna be, or schlagging and backing.
Yeah, well played from Murrah, but Bernie getting his revenge with a little bit of a green snipe there.
Fresh sitting to 8th. Based on the minimap, it looks like that USA top 2 held that lap, so good awareness from Fresh. You definitely want to control those bottom spot boxes while your team is doing well in the front. Just reduce the chance to really come back from your team.
Yeah, so it's Brody and Frozen holding up top 2 with Fox and Pam trailing behind. Maybe we can... It's tough. We don't have a great angle here, but...
Yeah, look at how spread this pack is. I think there's only one Scandinavia player really within
yeah, Fox
within
just took out
range.
Brody, so that's gonna help them a little bit. We see Ethan falling off. Well, not sure if Scandinavia has, but
Yeah, Ethan is slightly ahead, but based on the way they're driving, I don't think either one has it right now. I think Roy was just shrooming back, potentially. I don't know, it's still going to be really hard for Scandinavia to win this race.
just gonna be so hard to touch this first. I mean, Frozen is... He's got a lot of separation between 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, chance that they can pull a blue, because I think most of their players
Ethan
are in mid
going
spots.
forwards, I would presume that has to mean US North has. No, never mind. He's off. It's like Roy's gonna be chaining.
Hold first. He was playing a little shaky there, losing some time, but I think he's still good for now. Unless there's something big at the end. Unfortunately,
Barney
TC's with Barney.
Gonna be pretty much dead if we can switch back to Frozen. Hopefully see how these top spots pan out.
I think he just held on despite
Yeah.
a little bit of sloppiness there. He's on 45 points, I think.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2,
lose
3,
right now.
4, 8. So winning race, which is good, bring up the momentum a little, but not gonna bring them all the way back just yet.
Yeah, big play by Fox there on lap 2 to take out Brody, because that top 2 was looking really strong, especially with the pack being so spread out. Really solid salvage, honestly, from Scandinavia, just to get back in the win column.
Yeah, they'll definitely take that race. Frozen on 60 pace. We'll see if he can complete the 60.
Yeah, this YouTube video better go crazy.
Got 2, 3, 4. We'll see if they opt for like a stadium RBC type of pick here.
DDR makes sense. Just have your guy in first. Play like it's a Mogi. Everyone else knows where to fall in line.
Yep. Yeah,
I
it looks
was
like...
wondering.
Yeah, stadium. Go ahead.
I was wondering how US North is feeling about, how confirmed they are with their starting lineup. Like, I wonder if they're going to rock with this 4 for every match from here on out, or if they're going to have, Ornan and Swig playing more. Because they've had a good amount of, diversity in their lineups up to this point. But so far, I mean, the guys they have out right now seem to be making it happen.
Yeah, definitely interesting, because Ornan, Swig, and Revan, I think, were their 3 highest averages, but they didn't play most of the matches during the group stage, so probably just more of like this lineup is the most comfortable lineup / chemistry with each other. But I'm sure we could see that switching up, because every player on this roster is just really solid.
Alright, Frozen's starting out all alone in first. Having to check his mirror constantly, doing well so far. Should be able to just hold this for a while unless there's a high spot ultra taker.
Yeah, we'll see. Scandinavia trailing in 2, 3, 4. It'll be interesting to see if any of them have shrooms, but Barney is back bombed in 8th on our other pod, so it's like
yeah, again,
no
a very
one's
split
taking
pack,
that.
like the previous race. I mean, the shortcut doesn't matter if you're too far behind to actually, gaining ground. So it seems like USA doing a decent amount of pack management, just keeping those bottom spots as far away as possible.
Really built
the
from
hold
Brody.
first. Yeah, that's another thing that we've seen a couple times. And Ethan already going forwards. Good sign for USA. I guess they both are. I don't know which one of them won out, but seeing as USA had Bill, there's a good chance that their bagger could be holding
Yeah,
shot.
Barney dodges in a star in 7th, chains a golden.
Yeah, this would be more than
Definitely
enough to
gonna get
overtake first. will be gone by a light year. And there was a blue that came. Something crazy just happened on Frozen's POV. he got a drop star from their bagger and use it to dodge the blue and try to go backwards to hit someone on the first turn. Can't say for sure how well it worked.
Missed a lot of
Scandinavia
action,
are
but
top 3.
that did not pan out. He completely sold his spot. He was the only player up there for North. So, but Frozen does pull a blue.
And Barney's gonna get blued on the boost. As long as the bats don't take him out, I think he'll be fine. And there's a US shock probably getting him with the bat.
Yeah. As we see,
And he jumps into the sand. He's losing some time.
Frozen gets a TC too. It's gonna beat Barney. It's a 1-3-4 for North.
USA turned that around. I think Barney just didn't drive well enough on lap 3. He kind of got messed up by that POW in a way that I think he should have been able to handle a little bit better. And then with the blue and then the fail at the end, definitely left some points on the table.
A huge swing there. Ethan really saving the day. I mean, that would have been at least a top 2-4 or top 3 potentially for Scandinavia going into last set. But yeah, that shock's gonna turn things around really quickly. Yep, 1-3-4-7. Another winning race for North.
Yeah, just everything going their way right now.
Frozen 55 did not get the 60, but 55 is a pretty good amount of points, I would say.
Yeah, not quite, but still a strong start. I feel like Frozen in World Cup historically is more of a point scorer, whereas when he plays for his GSC team, he's more of an all-arounder. It's like a different mode that he plays the game in, I feel. Or maybe it's just happenstance and I'm making a narrative out of nothing. But I don't know. It feels like when he's like the team captain, he plays a little bit more individualistic and tries to play in the front and just put up points.
Yeah, I could see it. Obviously, we all know how capable he is of disrupting the mid-pack and just using his items to destroy the other team's hopes and dreams, but putting his running role on here and doing a pretty darn good job at it, too.
Yeah, we go to Goldmine now for race 5. Still a large gap. Very large. Not insurmountable, a lot of time to go. But
interesting pick, North not having 8th, but you can still get the box in 7th. So we'll see if that ends up swinging things. Frozen gets pushed out already, so it's gonna be early 2-3. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it was Frozen who was able to shoom up after the beginning section. USA top 3, but it's really tight. We'll see if they can get some items that will help them out. But no, it's Sharon who's going to come through and turn the race
putting
around.
the work in.
Yeah. I think he got fibbed, maybe. I think it looks like he just got hit on the left path, so good on Brody to defend him off there. Keep holding down first. Arnie going for the crazy
On our other
snipe.
POV, we saw Frozen give a TC to the North bagger, so could potentially shake things up in the bagging battle.
Let's see, this POW is going to help Brody hold first. We'll see where they decide to use it.
Looks like Ethan's gone in 10. I think he dodged that with a star.
That was an interesting time to use it. I wonder if they're holding a good item up in the mid-pack, and that's why they use it on the ramp instead of the turn before. Not sure.
Yeah, it has to be. Didn't look like there was any attempt made to take out Brody with that POW, which is interesting. Boys, getting...
Once again, using the slope, and it works out so well this time.
Blue coming out, though. He's gonna... No,
he's not going to be able to
in.
dodge it. Scandinavia were top 3 before that, but yeah, Mura dodged with a star that he had up there. I think that's why they waited till the ramp to POW, just to keep holding on to that item. And Brody gets it right back up there, and Frozen pulls Bill in 8th, so US North looking really good this race once again. I think Frozen might get a box here too, so he can make something happen here at the end.
Frozen's
Never mind.
Off. Wow, okay.
Barney here
really
in 4th, trying to break up the top 3.
If Barney's gonna be able to do anything? No, it's gonna be a top 3. Wow.
Wow.
Just a well-timed shock. Barney's doing his job, slipping in at first, but he can't dodge the blue as the shock comes, and North dodging
Yeah,
up
Shock
again.
really bailed him out there. Barney hit the front red, taking advantage of the slope, and then pulled the shroom so he would have dodged the blue with his team behind him.
Yeah.
But
Jeez.
instead, that Shock just ruined everything for them.
Yeah, I mean, looks like this super sub putting Ethan back in is definitely panning out for North right now. As he pulls another Shock and just... This is spiraling quickly out of reach for Scandinavia. Already down, it's at 87.
Yeah, and as soon as it looked like they were gonna maybe get some momentum with a nice race, USA just took it away. Top 4 overall. I don't think anybody expected this to happen. It's almost a 100-point gap. We're not even
No,
halfway
especially
through.
not after how close the first 2 matches were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna see MKWC come out again for North, so Scandinavia's gonna have to pray they avoid that. Yeah, going raceway here. Trying to hard reset the momentum. Makes sense.
That is a sign that they are rattled, I would say. I don't think any team strategically picks that track ever. I think they are saying,
Yeah.
we are getting screwed over by things out of our control, so, you know, let's pick a silly track.
We'll make things even more out of our
It's all
control.
we got. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. BCWii coming out.
Alright, we'll see how US North plays this. Murray's in first. It's going to be really hard to get him out of there.
Yeah,
He's,
funny.
He survives for the glitch with 315 points. Good start for Barney. He can even take the CC if he wants, but he's just going to use the Mega right away.
Yeah, I like that. Last war, they were able to, you know, take up the top spot early, and it looks like he can do it again.
Yeah, it's
No,
really
that's
close
Brody's
to
still
Brody.
first. Okay.
He's still there. I think Barney kind of panicked and dropped his mana there. You might have wanted to keep that to block the glitch. Unless Brody
Yeah, it
can
looks
block
like-
himself.
Not gonna. That's interesting. Tamura goes
Yeah, he
around.
gets hit. Yeah, nobody taking it there. So still Brody somehow in first. I thought he would have lost out when that Mega came through, but I guess he was just fast enough to...
Yeah, he did a great job there to hold first there. Looks like Roy is in 10.
He's going to inch closer with this shroom at some point. This will be a good 1v1. That's a
Really?
Scandinavia shock.
I don't know if that was
say
a
why they
spam
called it
shock.
there.
I feel like that
I
has
don't
to have
know.
been a spam shock that isn't really helping them at all.
Someone must have called it because Barney used his shroom at a spot where there was no reason to use a shroom right before it came.
Yeah, that's true, you're right.
But you are right that I don't see any benefit of that shock for Scandinavia. And Barney again going around glitch with Mura behind him. But it looks like he didn't go
Mura
for
again
anything.
going around the glitch though. Yeah, it looks like someone had blocked it,
See, he's got another shroom here. Gonna be able to
but...
close the gap
Maybe
on
we'll
Brody.
see
And he'll
the
probably go for the
same
snipe as
shot
well.
block.
Yep. Brody swerving, Barney swerving. Have to do much. He needs like a fib or triple green or something that he can reach him with. If not,
Yeah,
he's just
blue
stuck with
too.
big
That
target
pow.
pow.
Yeah, huge
Yeah,
pow.
he started on a really tight line.
Oh, Barney's still holding it on barely. It's 2-3 for them.
GC for Murrah. He's gonna hit the fib though.
Good fib from Brody. Oh, and
And Murrah gave
passes.
the TC to the bagger.
It's huge.
Yeah, just in time too.
Just running out.
So Fresh went for glitch and did not make it. We'll see.
Nailed it. That's
Scandinavia shock.
gotta be
again,
Scandinavia
I
shock,
think.
yeah.
With the shroom, he
Shroom
should
is
be able to hold third.
Good. It can
Probably two.
definitely
two,
hold
four
at least
for them.
2-3 here. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Somehow working out despite a really questionable first shock. I can't really say what was going through their heads on that first one unless it was a spam shock, but I feel like it, I don't know. They did a nice job recovering it there at the end.
We may never find out what the purpose of that one was, but
Never.
hey, if it works, it works.
Yeah, I don't know,
Good
like,
stuff, good stuff for Brody there. honestly.
Weird dynamics where Mura did not end up taking the glitch once in third, and Scandinavia not blocking it. So I don't know if like US had blocked it from lap 1 and that's why he opted to go around, or just trying to hold on to a spot. I don't know. The little interesting plays there.
Yeah, I wonder if Brody decided to block it himself, or maybe, I don't know. It looked like he didn't block it lap 1. I think somebody like got hit and then blocked it from like the middle or back of the pack.
Yeah, it'll bring
Either
the
way,
deficit
it's
down
a
to
start.
74, which is a good start. Gonna need a lot more of that.
Yeah, that's like 3 big races pretty much.
Yeah, even if they got that race for the rest of the war, it wouldn't be enough to win, so...
Where is he?
Gonna need, like,
10
the
seconds
bigger
before
top
the
2
whistle.
fours,
And
top
you think
3s
this
even.
is a good time to fill it at Seabass?
Yes?
Alright. And we see VC3 for 1 bottom 3.
Yeah, gonna be a tough comeback for Scandinavia from here on out. But they've done well. I guess as a unified collective of nations, maybe they haven't done it before, but all the players certainly have.
Definitely. But Brody's gonna be facing a lot of pressure here. See how well he can hold on.
Yeah. Barney luckily avoids his own green. See, it doesn't look like anyone's gonna have time to go for ultra here.
Looks like
Yeah,
Brody
they're
and
gonna
Barney are
contest each
both
other.
going to be going for Ultra. Barney
Barney doesn't make it.
fails
I
and-
think he survived. I
Yeah.
don't think he got bumped on his screen. Yeah, so Barney's gonna be stuck in the back a little bit. He should make the second one uncontested now.
Fortunately, yeah, would have been out of the race.
Bad start for Scandinavia in bottom 2.
Frozen has an ad, so unfortunately all we're getting for the time being is this POV that's just gone in 8. Can't really tell. There we go, he's back. If we can switch
He's
over.
been in 10th at the
Frozen is
moment.
Blue in 6th.
Yeah, I think Brody's just still first. It's rare that you can start first and then take ultra like that. I think there must have been some lag on the ramps that really helped him out. And
Definitely
pressure on
fortunate
his
not to
spots
push
too.
from behind. Yeah, shot coming out.
Yeah,
TSing
there it is.
Brody on Ultra. Barney dodges. Takes Shrimless. It's gonna be a top 2.
Very well done, Scandinavia. That was a perfect shot to prevent the other team from taking it and guarantee. Well, not guarantee. You still have to make the cut, but they are gone in top 2. And we just saw
Yeah, Frozen
Frozen
just
falling
failed
off
in
the
8th.
lap.
He's
So really good
Yeah,
signs
pretty
for Scandinavia. I think US is 3-4, but with the cut there, pretty much all the spots between 3rd through 7th are up for grabs right now.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough time. I don't know how they're really gonna break this top 2. They need a shock or a blue at the very least.
Yeah, I suspect that regular cut will be blocked. Looks like Fox is trying to block the lineup
Yeah.
for Ultra too, which makes a lot
Tried
of
to
sense.
double block it.
Yeah, they would definitely
We're
want to
gonna
go
see
for
Mura
that.
going for Ultra. Looks like he had to clear an item first.
Yeah, I think he unblocked it himself and then took it to land in
Doesn't
3rd.
make it, but it's not gonna be shock coming out.
That is very fortunate for Barney to get
That's
shot in
a
the
good
box.
shroom.
Frozen dodge and took the cut. We'll see if he can do anything here. Barney might be too far ahead.
box.
He leaves the box on Frozen's screen. This could be big. He might not know Frozen has an item here. Goes for the hit, doesn't get it. There's a player
Coming
passing
up.
What? Who was that? What
I
happened?
don't know. We couldn't see the name tag. Crazy
It
ending.
might have been like Brody from behind. Maybe he drafted or just pulled a Sherman 4th.
Yeah, my best guess is that's like 245 for North. Spots were interesting. I don't think that was a Scandinavia player.
No, I don't think so. It looked like US North was all right behind them going into the last set. I will say getting shocked in that box and pulling a shroom was massive for Barney, but I don't know if it actually really worked out. I think he lost
Oh
out to
wow, he
Frozen in
gets
the
beat
end.
by both Frozen and Brody. So it's
Yeah, I think Brody must
another
have
winning
pulled a
race.
shroom and maybe bumped Barney at the end, which gave Frozen enough room to pass. So, I mean, that really looked like it was going to be a clean win for Scandinavia, but the shock was just too good. And even with having to hit the fib to unblock a cut, Murrah still cut up. Or maybe he hit the Nana. I don't know. Hard to say. It did look pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, early shock there for Scandinavia. I wonder if they were in 10th and assumed they could pull a second one. I didn't really get a good look at the bagger battle there, but unfortunately it just comes back to bite them because North pulls it right at the end and somehow gets away with a small winning race there.
Yeah, small winning race. At this point, feels like a big win, though, given the
Yeah,
context.
all you
All they
need.
need is to just hold a decent cushion here, and they will be cruising into the semifinal round.
Yeah, going into race 8 here, 77-point deficit. I mean, if you're Scandinavia, you really need to try and somehow get this deficit down to like the 60s, mid-low 60s. Coming back from a 70-plus point deficit in one GP it's just a very tall ask. This is a huge race right here.
Yeah, reaching the point where if Scandinavia doesn't get a nice win, double-digit win here, it's gonna be pretty much impossible. You gotta pull out all the stops. So the US got some lead percent, but it's Claw is gonna be in first. Not that it's extremely important right now.
Yeah, Barney's going to get 2 shots at a box 4 here, so definitely hoping to roll Shrooms. As I say that, pulls probably the best thing he could have pulled here. This should...
Might have to burn one here to break this.
Yeah.
That's pretty well done.
That was well played to hold the second Shroom.
Yeah. And he
You see
avoids the
Murrah
back
also
too.
taking that. It's going to be 2-3. Unknown if Murrah has another Shroom.
Yeah. Barney opted to hold his Shroom. I think if you think Murrah has a Shroom, you might almost want to chain there to try to red him out.
Try and
but if
pull
you
a
think
red,
he doesn't
yeah.
have a Shroom, you keep your Shroom to try to
And
pass
you
him.
see Murrah hasn't backed or trailed anything. I feel like that's not
Yeah.
Blue coming
But
out
this
though,
blue's
that
gonna
could
force the
prevent him
Shroom out.
from getting cut.
Yeah. So Barney will have a shot to overtake here. It will be pretty close after cut, I think. Never mind, he's not even going to get a chance. Let's see if
We
he
saw
dodges up here.
Fresh dodge in 8th, getting a 7th place chain.
Brody dodging mid-pack. The star's going to come out just in time, but they split it.
Brody slipped it. Oh no. Yes.
Going for the snipe, going to look for a draft 2. Triple Nanas for Brody's so good. Barney doesn't have any room to overtake top 2. He has to just hold third at this point. And that's going to be tough. There's a Pow last turn.
Oh, Pow's
He's
gonna
hit the grass.
That's just gonna get third. Yeah.
And get taken out by the red.
Frozen
That
getting
was
8th, but
Pretty much it, man.
that's gotta just be the nail in the coffin. I mean,
Like, it's still
You're gonna be
possible,
down
but it's not really
90
possible.
plus here.
It's another USA shock, another dodge up into the front. And the ground star was just not quite there in time. I think if Barney took that ground star on his own, he holds second. Maybe they come away with an even race, but not a lot of good to report on for Scandinavia right now.
Yeah, I mean, with that race, you're down, was it 94? I don't know, like, what your call's like at this point. You're in desperation mode. Maybe throw out, like, an all-run or something. Just try and pull off some lucky swings, but yeah, this US North really just running away with this one. Mostly on the back of a really good performance from Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, Roy is no slouch. That guy's been doing it a long time. He's not the kind of bagger who's really getting outclassed, ever. But Ethan's finding a way to have the edge right now, and it's paying off huge. Everything's clicking.
Yeah, as we see Raceway coming out again. Three question marks on Fresh is Random. I didn't know that different game versions had a different number of question marks. Random knowledge
Mario
that I
Kart
would have never
trivia, yeah.
found out. I would have never known that.
You know that the spear is called the torpedo?
Did know that one, yeah.
That's level 1 ball knowledge for the chat. Yeah, this is gonna feel really good for US North. I mean, I guess still it's not over, but they were undefeated in the group. They dropped a match. It was looking really close, kind of scary, and now they're back on top. for
Yeah,
the time
and
being.
they're beating a team that, like, despite going 2-3 in the group, this is no slouch. Probably a top 5-ish strength lineup in this World Cup. So to get this out of the way in the quarters has got to feel just really good for North.
Yeah, I mean, and there aren't really any slouch teams left at this point. I think with the reduced amount of teams this World Cup, there's no such thing as an easy match in the big 2026. But they're making it look kind of easy right now. Barney holding blue here is not great. He's just going to kind of fall behind as the race goes on.
Yep, doing his job. Getting the blue out.
Fox is going to get PC'd, I believe.
One of the best going forwards.
Yeah,
Frozen
it's an all-run.
It looks like it's an all-run from North. I wasn't paying attention enough, I guess. But you have to assume that Scandanavia has shock at this point.
Yeah, they are, I think, is that? Oh yeah, there's Roy back there. Yeah, this is strange, strange choice from them. Massive mega pull for Frozen. This is going to cover a lot of the shocks that the other team would be considering at this point. And Fresh somehow got in the first two. I don't know if there was another blue or what, but...
Frozen taking out Pam. Barney dodged in 9th.
But Ethan dodged. He's going to win this race.
It's not going to be enough.
He dodged the other team shock there. No, he got put on the line.
I don't think it matters, but a little swing there. Bagger almost getting a nice first place.
That was a decent race for Scandinavia. I don't know exactly why North chose to all run that. Maybe he pulled a bill right away and was like, "Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna be so far behind. Might as well just join the fray." And it almost worked out. He was inches away from a plus 15.
I guess actually, surprisingly, not a bad race. They're alive, mathematically, but just barely. See,
Yeah,
the deficit.
they need
It's down to
literally
81.
everything to go right.
You need probably like 2 top 4s and then a top 3, 6, something like that. You never know.
You do never know. That's why we play the game, right? That's why the game stands the test of time, because you really never know. This is a spot where US North should have all of the experience and the discipline to play their cards right, and in theory they should never lose. If you lose from this point, it's just on you. All it takes is one guy to get like 3rd place or 2nd place.
Yeah, you just need to not lose this race.
Bottom out. Yeah.
You're not even playing for winning races anymore. Really, you're just playing to get a neutral / slightly losing race.
And especially on a track like that, you can really just be selfish. Get your triple shrooms, take rock in a high spot, and as long as the pack is spread out, you can't really lose from there.
Yeah, Barney's gonna hold on first a little bit. We know how fast he is on this track, so.
Yeah, 2 former world record holders on a.
But never mind, hitting a wall.
A wall.
And Frozen on the other POV does have a golden in first. If Fresh has shrooms, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good early top 2 for USA.
Yeah, Fresh taking rock, and Frozen's goldening in first place. So, strong top 2 USA, a lot of space for them.
I think we have all mids here for Scandinavia.
Yeah. I mean, Barney had a chance to stop in lap 1, but didn't really make the most of that spot, so...
Yeah, fortunately for them, I'm pretty sure neither of US has shrooms in top 2. I think Fresh's pole was a shroom in 2nd or 3rd, and then Frozen golden, so...
We go for...
Oh no, Fresh shrooming taking off.
He's going for TC Rock.
Barney TC Rock?
Nearly.
Well, gets the respawn at least.
Yeah, not bad. But still not quite enough. Looks like US are...
1-4, I think.
1-4. Is Ethan running again, or am I tripping? I thought Brody was up there. Oh, it's Fresh. Okay.
Yeah,
These name
they're
tags are
bagging.
messing with me. Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much
Look at
over
this
here
ball
for
roll.
Scandinavia, unless you have shock. I mean,
Yeah, maybe Claw could dodge.
Shock,
Hit
no,
cut.
TS is frozen actually. Fox dodging. Brody
Brody
dodges as
dodged
well.
in the back. I mean, it looks like an even swing.
How is just not good for Barney. Wow.
Yeah, super low roll there. Nothing really going their way, and USA top 2. That's gonna wrap up the match.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
Was that a crazy bomb snipe at the end by Mura? I think we
didn't
just saw
see what happened.
out of the peripheral vision. I think Mura just chucked a bomb past the last corner and hit someone on the line. If they got top 3, that was crazy.
Like, Scandinavia did just submit a pen for a potential 20, but I don't know if it's gonna actually matter.
I think Murray just hit a crazy.
Yeah, no,
maybe it
it's
wasn't
not
that
gonna
crazy,
matter.
but
Even with the minus 20, it's mathematically impossible.
Yeah, USA still won that race, so they will be advancing to the semifinals to play the winner of a match that I should have looked at before I started saying that sentence.
It's gonna be the South and the South and Canada match, I believe.
Canada, yeah, and that's tomorrow in the afternoon. I think I said I was gonna cast that one, so I think it's like 5 p.m. or so. North American matchup there.
Yeah, I could have the American Derby, depending on how that match goes.
Right.
Or the North American Derby if Canada wins.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gonna be tough to take down this U.S. North teams with the way they're playing right now. I think I said in the group stage that they were my favorite to win the tournament. I mean, just if you just look at the level of all the players they have, and I mean the depth doesn't matter so much at this point because they can pretty much pull out the same lineup every time. But it's gonna be hard to see if anyone's gonna stop them.
Yeah, really well played from Scandinavia in the first 2 matches. Again, like Zilla had said, they're probably, if anything, kicking themselves over losing that first match. They had a lot of resources. They had, I think, 10 track picks and a winning shot count, and they didn't come away with the victory in that first one, so that is what really ended up being the difference here. As we see the players just playing this out for fun.
Yeah, we're gonna see some tomfoolery for the next couple of races. Yeah, that always stings when you're in a best-of-3 series and, you know, a couple hours ago you had a chance to win it and then you just kind of realize that it slipped through your fingers, you know?
Yeah, after it's pretty much over after like 4 or 5 races.
Mm-hmm. And in a game where you know, as an individual, you only have control of so much. You know, when you lose out on your opportunity when you have the chance, it's definitely kind of painful when the stakes are this high.
Don't really know what's going on, but we have a US top 2, top 5. Is that a top 5 for US?
Where is he?
I don't know. Let's look at what Barney's doing instead of this.
I'm pretty sure this is a top 5. Not like it matters, but yeah, you see them
down in the can.
Scandinavia obviously a shock.
Nope. Even in this stage, they still can't get it. Oh, hero bomb for Barney. I think that he just hit a snowboarder, unfortunately, instead of Murabito.
Yeah, I actually don't think Scandinavia has shock somehow.
Someone's got to pull it eventually.
Pretty ridiculous.
Maybe not.
Still not pulling
Yeah,
it.
I mean, the story of the match, to be honest.
Mythify this? Nope. It's a little throwback. If anyone's seen that, but
Yeah. It was a shame. I don't think Scandinavia played that bad this match. I think they really got, I mean, they got shock diffed, I think, pretty hard, and I do think USA capitalized extremely well off of it. I mean, every time they used a shock, they pretty much immediately won the race by double digits off of it.
Yeah, as well as a
the
couple.
the Blues seem to be in their favor at the start as well.
Definitely. A few of the races where Scandinavia did pull shock, it ended up being another shock late in the race for North, so they're kind of like just got canceled out, which doesn't help when you're trying to crawl back from such a big deficit. But yeah, I mean, well played, good tournament for Scandinavia to be able to put a dent in North taking a match off them. Obviously, probably wanting to have a better group stage outcome, that way they can avoid this team. Unfortunately, that's just how it went. North doing exactly what they needed to in this match 3.
Yeah, it is good to see these guys joining together and really giving it their all for a World Cup too. Because I know in the last one, I think it was the individual countries instead of Scandinavia, so they didn't all really want to play. Because this is a group of players that have played together since about the time I started playing the game in like 2017. Remember my first ever season of, it was called Weemfi League at the time, was when Fox, Barney, Sharon, and Kion were winning D1 with Vitality, and they're still around, still doing it. And even though this wasn't their World Cup, yeah, even though this wasn't their World Cup, it's still great to see these guys playing together.
Yeah, a lot of respect for showing out and still performing as a group. So many years passed.
So he's gonna get some 1v1 practice in against Barney.
For them to have single shrooms. Gonna witness anything interesting here. Frozen just chained his. Obviously not.
He's trying to
taking
fight
it too seriously.
Yeah,
Let's
this
go,
is the
Roy,
point when you're in the
docking up the
call,
middle.
talking about what you're gonna do for the rest of the weekend. I'm gonna watch the FIFA World Cup, the lesser World Cup happening right now. Obviously.
If we have any Qatar or Switzerland fans, but I saw Qatar just scored a penalty in like the 95th to somehow tie that game, which is not what I was expecting.
I think it was a header. I had the game on in the back.
Oh, was it a header? Okay.
Yeah, across. Anyway, it's cool to see a bunch of big international events happening at the same time. NBA Finals right now. It's a good time to be alive. Can't lie. If you happen to have a crossover between those various interests.
Definitely. Maybe not if you're a Spurs fan, but
Yeah, definitely also a good time to be an American, I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm getting too ahead of myself. But that's gonna wrap it up with Barney deciding to not even approach the finish line. US North take it by an ending margin of, I guess, around 140 or so points. But not a bad showing from Scandinavia. They put up a lot of fight. They took a match off of US North, which no one else has done up to this point. But it will be US North advancing into the semifinals to play the winner of Canada and US South, which will happen tomorrow. We'll see which one of those teams is going to give it a shot at taking them down. I believe the last World Cup had a US North, US South semifinal where South was able to take it, which was a bit of an upset there. And then South just fell short in the finals, so really good
yeah,
stuff
we'll
from
see.
North.
We can maybe get a little revenge battle between the two if South is able to win later tomorrow. But impressive playing, especially from US North there in match 3.
And we might be hearing from one of the players right now, potentially. I think we're trying to get that going.
Try and get a post-game interview.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, US North got to be feeling really good about this. We've never seen a team really steamroll a World Cup before. Every single one that I remember has been really close and really competitive. While US North has been a favorite before, US East was a favorite before, it's gonna be a battle. Every single match from here on out is gonna be tough. So I will be interested to hear what the thought process is like for them, and how often they're playing together. Yada yada yada.
Yeah, I think we're about to hear from him right now as he's getting dragged in a call. Hopefully. Yeah, he's in the waiting room. Oh. Slight technical difficulties. There we go.
There we go.
Welcome.
How's it going, Mr. Captain?
Pretty good. Pretty happy with that one. How you guys doing?
Good. Yeah, congrats on
I'm
your
doing
win, you
great.
guys.
I wasn't even supposed to be here.
Had an emergency sub in.
Zilla got subbed out of cast. Rip. Unlucky.
Subbed himself out. Had to go to work.
Oh. Yeah. Appreciate you guys casting.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll play
What was different match 3?
I got items that weren't blooper when I needed to flag them.
Yeah, that
Literally,
tracks.
that was it. Like nothing. Literally, we changed nothing. We literally changed absolutely nothing. But we got shocks when we needed them. It wasn't really like that we were inefficient with like the previous matches with shock. It was definitely like much worse. Like that last match, we definitely like Ethan went apeshit, but we just were able to utilize resources and just get to the front. And we didn't have to deal with like having to get one of them out of first somehow. Like the first like 4 races, we occupied majority tops. Like I think I literally just ran the first 4 races basically from my POV, and it made it so we didn't have to deal with trying to get like mid-pack blue or like some sort of item to like swing the race that's not shock in any form. And we were in a lot of those positions, and then we were pulling like PCs when we like if we pull anything else, like the single player could probably impact like super hard. Like let's take War 1 or I mean War 2 BKJP. If I pull reds after that second shock and not shrooms, like we're winning the war. Like it's impossible to lose, but I don't pull like the item I need afterwards. So it's kind of a lot of that we were having, and it felt like a lot of us were just struggling with that. And then match 3, we were just kind of like, all right, we're just gonna play fast and make things happen. And Ethan was feeling good with shocks, and so we just got to catapult that into a plus 60 after 2 races, and that's just not fun to come back to ever if you're on the receiving end of it.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, that you bring up the match too. What was going through your guys' head at the very end? We couldn't tell that Fox beat Fresh. It looked like a really close finish. And we thought that you guys might have edged it out after like Pam failed and you beat him in 7th, but it looked like it was a really
thought
good
so
finish.
too. I was like, wait, we won. And I was like, and then so what ended up occurring was their top 3 break, and Murrah pulled 2 shrooms, and Murrah drafted and didn't want to they didn't want to just like hit each other, and so they like lost the slightest amount of time, and then Fox or someone pulled triple shrooms 4th to beat Murrah by like literally the slightest amount.
We saw him.
Lost by 2.
We saw him streaming up, like even from the perspective we had, which was Barney's, we were like, there's no way Fox is going to be able to break up this top 3, but he must have just like driven it perfectly. Yeah, unfortunate ending there, but you guys bounced back from that really well. I mean,
we looked at it and we were like, well, we probably shouldn't have lost this. Like we lost because of the penalty, and like I don't blame Kaizo at all for how the penalty occurred. Like was like literally looking at that, it's just like, okay, well that happened. Like we should still probably be winning without it occurring. So it's fine. I'm pretty happy with how we played. Like I played really bad match 2 specifically when it came to lap 3 interactions. So I probably was the reason we lost that. I think I could definitely take blame for that one. But now match 3, I mean, the boys still trusted everything I called, so it worked out just
you put on your captain hat there with a lot of first places at the start too. You guys were all flying.
Yeah, it was just really good. But,
I don't know if you have anything else to add, Torp.
Not too much. I was gonna ask. Well, we were saying that Scandinavia was looking like one of the scariest teams in the bracket. I know that a lot of people maybe didn't expect them to get knocked out in the round of 8. Your next match coming up will be either US South or Canada, which you probably know. I don't
exciting.
Need to
it's very exciting.
Yeah, what are you thinking about that? Is there a team you'd rather play? Is there a team you think is better?
like, okay, I don't care to play either. Like, I don't have a preference, but I do want to play like both of them. Like, if I had the opportunity, I don't really mind who, but I think they'll give both like exciting matches for different reasons. Like, if it's Canada, I think the group of like the RZ people basically going 2 versus 2 against each other is going to be exciting. And like, if we get South, well, then you just have USA and Clan, and it just like, I don't know, it feels good usually. Like, if I go throw back to like 2021 when we won versus South in semis, like that just felt good. Like, I think that was like our most hype match, even with like a completely different roster. But I think it's always fun to play the fellow Americans. But I think I'd rather play Canada just because like I think Canada's better. And at this point, this was like, it felt good to play a match where we went to 3 here. And I'm glad Scandinavia was honestly around for this World Cup. Like, they have so many players that are really good, and you're definitely right about them being one of the top teams that can definitely contest winning. They just unfortunately pulled us in bracket stage, and that's just like not what you want at all. I think pretty much every team was hoping in some way to be on the other side of the bracket from us after the group stage.
Yeah, they're 2 and 3, definitely coming back to bite them. Like, not a matchup you would expect to have in the quarterfinals between them, who I think was like, they were like a top 4 like seed going into the tournament, I believe.
They could literally win if it was like a correct, I guess, like bracket. Like,
Yeah.
if they don't roll us here, their chance of finals is equal to every other team, in my opinion. So I think with that, it was just overall good, and at least we made it exciting today with the first 2 wars being close. But unfortunately, that last one I probably was not
Definitely very exciting watch in those first 2. That a lot more back and forth than we were expecting. Casters first with the incorrect predictions, but
it's what it is. They did well. I can't, like, Fox actually did a lot of plays that were extremely notable. Like, if you go back to Parkway lap 2 of War 2, he threw a bomb that bombed us out of top 2, stopping us from using a shock that was just gonna give us top 3. Like, that basically saved the war. Like, I'm not even like, him streaming up was obviously the definitive reason they won, but him doing that bomb, it made it so we wouldn't have top 3 breakaway for the rest of the race, and it would have just been impossible. So you got to give it to them there. And it was fun. GG's to them.
yeah, good games to both teams.
Sounds like you guys are in a pretty good spot going forward. I look forward to watching your future matches, and I'm sure the people at home are excited to see you guys come back for the semis. I think that is going to be it for us. We've got more coverage of the World Cup. We'll have another quarterfinal tomorrow. That will be US South versus Canada at about the same time, 24 hours from now. So tune in if you want to see more. And anything else from you guys?
Good.
I think we're good.
All right, we're good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please continue to support this 18-year-old game. And
Support this God game. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into our match. Appreciate that.
And follow the channel. I never say that, and no one tells me to say that, but follow the channel so you don't miss the next one. Because the matches
Everyone
are not
follow.
always on a set schedule. Yeah, follow the channel. Why not? I'm feeling nice. All right, that's it for real. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye.